Hey, all right, what up? Um, Today we're gonna go over at least a preparation for Monday market open. There's a nice event that will be actually presented. It's an NVIDIA event. There's a few other stocks that I want to make sure that you guys have under your belt and keeping an eye on. So this is kind of like a watch list, early watch list before Monday comes up. But I'm also go over the reasonings on why and how you can kind of get some cheese out of this. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see it.
All right, perfect. I'm pulling up the link and Discord really quick. I'm gonna post it in the Zoom chat also, just in case you're not in Discord. You can at least still get the link also. All right, perfect. All right, so I like to use these guides, kind of always have something for you to be able to bookmark, use as a future reference. We're human, so we're not gonna remember everything. I could talk for hours, and that don't mean you're gonna remember every single thing. So we're just gonna go over at least something that will kind of help out with the while you're trading. All right. So what's actually gonna be dropping? So three of the biggest names in tech. So NVIDIA, Microsoft, and ARM, they're gonna be posted an identical line. It was an address or coordinates on their Twitter, on their X accounts. And with it, it's actually an event that will be hosted, and a lot of things will be coming out of this. So the reveal will be an ARM-based system on chip with Blackwell. So NVIDIA makes the Blackwell chips, and then of course ARM-based system. The graphics are baked in, so it's going to be a serious AI and GPU muscle inside a thin laptop. So they're making their own PC specifically for what's happening in front of us, all of this AI. All right. Now, it's NVIDIA's first consumer CPU in over a decade, and it's aimed straight at the heart of the Windows PC market that ships about 150 million units a year. That's Windows currently right now. Why we should know this? A scheduled multi-company product launch is a known catalyst. A date on the calendar, the whole market is leaning into. The bull case, a clean win expands the AI PC pie, ARM adoption. So we're going to keep an eye on ticker ARM, ARM, NVIDIA, Microsoft. A PC refresh cycle kicks off in the silicon supply chain, software ecosystem, all catch a bid. Now, this is the bear case. So the bull case, the upside, the bear case, the downside with this scenario that is happening. And is everyone still following along? Am I going too quick?
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all good? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you start recording? Oh, I think you did. Sorry.
We're recording. And then the bear case or the downside is heavily leaked. So much may be priced in. Premium could be priced. So the contract could already be juiced within our option contracts. And unproven battery performance claims leave plenty of room for a sell the news type of fade where it runs up in the meantime and then drops after. Now, the direct catalyst, what I did was I put together a list of stocks that can potentially be affected during this time. So Monday, they're going to be reporting this, and this can affect these certain stocks directly or somewhat indirectly. NVIDIA, we already know directly because it's a part of the name within the group. The event itself is the N1X, opens a brand new consumer CPU for NVIDIA. On top of its data center crown, NVIDIA's first consumer CPU since the Tegra era, which is more than a decade ago. ARM, next up, every N1X design is going to be built on the ARM's architecture. So for every single one that is made, ARM is already going to be involved. So the more that they produce, that ARM will benefit. So fresh licensing flows straight to the core IP provider, which is ARM. TSM, this will be the supply chain for this ecosystem. Rumored fabricators on a 3nm node. More ARM plus AI silicon equals more wafer demand, and TSM would be one to help with that demand. Y'all still following along?
Tenfold.
Perfect.
Yes.
MTK. I haven't traded MTK myself before, so I'm not go too much on MTK. It's name co-development and integration partner on the N1 platform itself. So that's a new name for me. It's for me directly. AVGO, that's Bay. AVGO actually has earnings this week, so I want you guys to really keep a focus on this. AVGO's earnings could be a catalyst, and also this event could be a potential catalyst. Don't forget, when events such as earnings or things like this occur, the contracts get priced more than normal, more than usual. So it's not, well, it's not always going to be the same price that you're normally used to seeing within the contracts. So expect them to be much more higher price just to get in and buy. So AVGO has earnings, I believe it's on Wednesday. So the contracts might be even more price just because of this event also. Microsoft, oh, and I'm trading AVGO's earnings, just FYI. If you need to, I recommend just hedging. So buy a call and a put, so just in case it goes down or if it goes up, you can benefit from either direction. And then as soon as market opens, you take your money so you don't lose. All right. Microsoft owns the Windows on ARMS platform and the Copilot plus layer these chips are built to run. So teased its own new era PC right beside NVIDIA. So Microsoft will also be a part of this nice run, the software within the AI. So every chip, just like with ARM being a part of it, Microsoft will also be a part of this. Now, these are the ones that are going to be more indirect, not necessarily listed within these names, but they can be affected because of similarities in symphony. So Adobe, creative apps that get faster with stronger on-device AI acceleration. So maybe partnerships with such as Adobe to have it already kind of packed in a bundle. So kind of included so that Adobe could potentially also be a partner within this ecosystem. Autodesk, software and AI. This one is design and engineering for software positioned to tap the local AI horsepower of the ecosystem. Again, indirect. So it's not a part of this full list completely as the NVIDIA, ARM, and Microsoft. Next up, Crowd. Crowd has to do with software. More smart endpoints means more on-device security that is going to be needed. So Crowd, it has to do with cybersecurity. So the more we have to do with online presence of AI and more information being online, the more we need to be more secure and the more involvement that they'll have for Crowd, Snowflake, and other companies that have to do with cybersecurity. So keep an eye on that. Cybersecurity is going to be humongous because we have more and more information being put online, and all these breaches and hacks are getting crazier and crazier. Dell also is, we see Dell. That's what shit. Dell and XPS laptop and N1X is reportedly embarked for launch among the first devices out of the gate. So that'll be an early adapter within this. That also might be a reason why the Dell HP is going to be a lot more attention on these older companies that weren't necessarily getting that attention early. So we got Dell, HP. Next up, Lenovo. Haven't traded this one at all. So there's low volume for it's on there. Multiple N1 and N1X models linked, including high power Legion gaming variant. Next up is HP. So HP ran up this past week for after Dell have their earnings. So again, the names that aren't as commonly traded, they're starting to come back. Dell coming back, Intel coming back. It took Intel, 23 years to get above $75. It was at 75 23 years ago. It took them 23 years. So these companies are starting to get that attention again. Capitalize on that now. Next up, Apple, broader hype around there. Doesn't sell these, but a credible ARM Windows PC validates the ARM laptop model 8 Apple is pioneering. MU, you already know it, memory. The more they have, the more they add on to all of this AI and the ecosystem and what's going on in front of us, the more they're going to need memory. If you haven't been noticing, MU, SNDK, all these memory stocks, they're moving. They're moving more than S&P 500, more than most stocks that we normally look at. So heavy focus is definitely going to be the memory stocks. Qualcomm is a little mix. So the incubate Windows on ARM name, Snapdragon X, NVIDIA validates the whole category, but aims straight as its turf. So they still may include Qualcomm within the equation of what's going on. AMD, only because it's within the chip sector also. x86 share pressure from a new ARM rival, but still rides the broader AI PC expansion. So as PC and AI is still being included in chips, AMD can benefit from the attention being within the chip sector. Does that make sense, guys? Or not at all? Let me know.
Yeah.
If anyone's confused, please don't feel embarrassed to ask a question because we all start at the same point saying what's a call, what's a put. I don't know what this man is saying. So please don't feel embarrassed or it's a dumb question. The only dumb question is a question that's not asked. Next up, Intel. Risky still in the crosshairs within this ecosystem also. The x86 incumbents most exposed if high performance. ARM finally goes mainstream in Windows. So it's going to be a lot more exposure within the mainstream and the everyday consumer. SMCI rides again the broad wave of the NVIDIA ecosystem. So as chips, data centers, everything around this AI hype continues, you'll see companies like SMCI benefiting also within this. BRT is actually one you should take a look at. It has to do with power and cooling for the infrastructure that tends to trade with the wider NVIDIA AI narrative. So you can see VRT every once in a while running also when NVIDIA and the others are running as well. Any questions right now, guys? No, yes, no.
No questions.
No, sir.
I made it also.
Uh-oh.
I think there's going to be an ecosystem map. So if you only wanted the list of the direct supply chain, the OEM devices, memory, software, AI, the ones that are kind of within the mix, but not necessarily right right the main characters, and then the broad height. You can put this, and then you can put the little star as long as you're on your quad. It'll save it at the bottom and put it within your list to a watch list. So now just take a screenshot while market's open, at least go back to your list so that you already kind of have an idea. Okay, I need to look at this. I need to look at this. Monday, it's gonna be nice. I think we're gonna get a lot of chips already going up from pre-market. Let's see how
Niiko.
how 8 o'clock goes on the market. Someone have a question?
Yeah, what's up with the high and can you raise it back up? Like some are more important than the others, or because there's a little asterisk up there in the right hand corner. Some saying high interest.
The impact. It's saying the impact. So the impact is high because the main characters are going to be NVIDIA, ARM, TSM, Microsoft AVGO is MTK. They're putting as a high. Everything else is like an indirect, so they weren't mentioned. NVIDIA is being mentioned as a catalyst because it's their event. ARM is being mentioned and it's high because they're a part of that ecosystem and they're including ARM into the event, into the PCs.
So should we be swinging these, or would these be like 1 days for Monday?
So number one, we got to wait for the event to actually occur. I want to say what's funny is I think this gave me the timer on when it is. Maybe it's in 7 hours. But once this event occurs, they're going to be discussing which companies would be a part of that ecosystem if there's more a part of it. So we already know NVIDIA, ARM, Microsoft, And I think that's it. So as more and more information comes out during this event, we'll see, hey, how does it affect those stocks? Do they run up as a unit, as a group? Do they run up for a few days, a week, etc.? So you're trading it based on the reaction, and you're not guessing, hey, let me jump in now and hope that they're going to fly up. What if they don't react how we're expecting? What if it's already starting to run up prior and market opens and it's already up? So I'm not saying jump in and as soon as market opens and get calls. I'm saying look to see how these stocks react because there's going to be attention. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Definitely going to be movement and buying and selling within these. So, see.
Yo, bro, so Taiwan. I'm background kind of loud.
You cut out. You cut out. You said Taiwan?
Oh, shit. All right. Taiwan's time is 10 hours ahead.
Yeah, so I think
So it'll be
that's why
when
I'm thinking
markets close, I believe.
it might be in 7 hours or
It
8
said
hours.
I thought it was at 1 p.m. on June 1st. Because it starts June 2nd in Taiwan time.
In Taiwan stock?
Yeah, June 2nd Taiwan time is
Yeah, I got June
10.
1st, 11 Taipei, which would be 11 p.m. Eastern tonight which would be May 31st our time. So in 7 hours, 8 hours.
Oh, bet. Perfect. I'm already in.
That's what I'm saying. I told her to give me a countdown on the event so that I know, so that we're prepared. And it's before the market. So luckily, we'll kind of already at least have a list of things that we're keeping an eye on. So how you should think about these catalysts before the news and for after the news. So before the news, the hype is already in the price. Going into a date the whole market knows about, options premium gets rich. Implied volatility ramps up because everyone expects a move. Buy calls or puts the day before, and you're paying the highest in order for you to participate. That's the trap. You can call the direction perfectly and still lose money when the IB collapses after the announcement. Being right isn't the same as making money. You guys, does that make sense?
Yes.
So if we should buy in, someone was asking if we should buy in now. No, we trade the reaction for this so that we can benefit from the people that were losing money beforehand. So they're paying top dollar just to join the party because they know, hey, there's an event coming up. We're going to trade the effect of what happens from that event. So the stock trending up and they put the attention on ARM, or let's say if all the attention is on NVIDIA. Our goal is to just get a piece of that movement. The single most expensive option mistake around a scheduled event is buying premium into peak IV and getting crushed, even when you nail the direction. Respect the calendar. Understand when it is. It's like buying right before earnings and the stock goes up, but you still don't make money. So what could ruin the trade? It's already priced in. They have the event and the stocks barely move. They have the event and the contracts barely move. Or they have the event and IV crush happens. So the event premium deflates the moment that the news lands. Sell the news. The event, even a great reveal can fade if expectations ran hotter. So if they expect this to be the most game-changing thing in AI history, they could sell off if it's not what the investors or what we're expecting. Compatibility. Windows on ARM still leans on x86 translation for older apps and games. Premium pricing. $1,400 laptops aren't a mass market story on day one. So if it's a $1,400 laptop, it might not be so hot in order for all these stocks to be moving. Who's going to pay for a $1,400 laptop that they may or may not use in a sense? Unproven claims, battery plus the performance. So if they perform well, but the battery is bad because it needs to run so much or it needs so much to be able to run, that'll be a bad thing, right? So battery and performance promises mean nothing until reviewers test them and see. So if they make these laptops or PCs and they last for a month, 2 months, 3 months, then all these stocks are on that. Say this brief. Keynote is tonight, 11 p.m. Bookmark this page. If you're on a computer, showing you how. Keep your watches handy and watch the reaction once it does occur. Market opens, of course, Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That doesn't mean at 9:30 and 30 seconds you jump in. That's why we're going over this now.
Hey, Niiko.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Hey, you got like a formula, to where as though like you weigh the IV crush and like the contract premium versus, you get what I'm saying?
So honestly, you're able to do this. When you're watching, when market opens, do this. Watch the contracts, how they're moving, and the stock. So if you see the stock barely moving, but the contracts are going down, the premium is decreasing. Does that make sense?
If the stock is barely moving and the contract is going down and the premium is decreasing.
Yes, quickly. So the IV is going down. The implied volatility is going down.
Because on Webull, it doesn't, like, when I go to buy, it doesn't tell me like the delta. I was watching a YouTube video the other day and he was explaining like on the swing trades, like the delta should be like you gotta weigh the delta to the price of the stock because it's not worth it. You will lose. You get what I'm saying?
So what I would say though, when it comes to
the value
what
of the
trade is,
contract.
so I've been trading for options 7 years. I have yet to look at the delta while I'm trading. Would you say I'm good?
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
So I don't even. You better fucking know where it is, bro. I only
If the
look at
stock is barely moving and the price of the contract is rapidly decreasing, the IV crush is going down.
exactly the implied volatility is crushing it.
If the stock is moving,
You'll see it. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna see it where the stock, let's say market opens, and then you see the contract values decreasing rapidly. You see them going down, 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 but the stock is not moving aggressively enough for that to go down.
is that why they say wait the 15 minutes when the market first open up?
So some people just wait those 15 minutes because they don't like volatility. But I thrive in volatility. We thrive in volatility. That's how we get 100%, 200, 300, etc. Right? Some people would rather wait.
So that's all the IV crush is, the implied volatility?
The implied volatility decreasing. So you see how there's a hype behind this event, right? That I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The contracts are more expensive when events like this start to come closer and closer. As it gets closer, the contracts are more expensive than normal. So if I was looking at NVIDIA contracts from weeks ago, they were way less to buy into them compared to if I tried to buy in right before an event that could potentially move the stock up or down. Let's say if we have a report like FOMC, CPI, PPI, the contracts are more expensive before that event because the market knows that something is about to happen and it can either go up or down.
And that's not necessarily because it's an increase in volume, like a whole lot of people jumping into these contracts. It's from the market makers.
Exactly. It's the market itself pricing the contracts. So that's why technically you can trade based off of, you can literally make money just off of premium. Not even the stock going up, down, left, right. You can literally make money off of the implied volatility increasing. That's why when you see a big candle or a big move, the implied volatility increase. That's why you see a big percentage in a short period of time. That's why I say sell during the big spikes, because something just occurred. That makes sense?
Yeah, so you basically saying it's not even like it's you profiting that from new money coming in, from them just anticipating
not just new money
coming in.
Not necessarily new money. It's the market anticipating something occurring. So new money don't even got to come in necessarily for the premium to be higher.
It's just the hype of it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they expecting
the hype and that expectation. That's why right before an earnings gets reported, it's expensive.
Contracts go up.
Like the expensive as shit. We looking at S&DK contracts just to buy in. It was like 2 bands, a band, 1,500. Normally I could spend like 500, 800 and still be good. But I have to spend damn near a band, 2 bands because they know, hey, something is about to happen. So I got to pay extra just to join that fund.
So would it be a good play to like take a swing around like before the anticipation of earnings about to be released. Like if I know that shit about to come up in a couple months, then I could take a swing just to catch the spike of, you know what
I
I'm
love it.
saying?
I love the
The
question, brother.
anticipation
I
of
call that the pre-earnings run-up. I call that a pre-earnings run-up. What happens is, just like we're going over, the contract premium increases as it gets closer and closer to the event. You can benefit from that and sell before the event occurs, and now you just made cheese. So there'll be times where if you get into a call and a put right before earnings occurs, and they're both going up. The reason why, the implied volatility is increasing on both the call and the put side. So your calls will be up like 15%, the put will be up 15%, 13%. You're like, wait, how am I up on both? Because
yeah,
implied volatility is giving that upward movement on the premium on both sides.
yeah.
So the stock doesn't have to move for you to still make money technically when it comes to the implied volatility. Does that make sense, everyone? Is anyone confused? No trader left behind.
Nah, I understand that.
All right. Next up, what could ruin, of course, this trade? Premium pricing, unproven.
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me ask you this though, right?
Yeah.
So by us taking the route of avoiding the hype inflation and catching the momentum once the move is already made, if the move does play out as what they anticipated, and you know what I'm saying, that shit that shit take off, is it gonna cause you more on jumping in once the price already done raised from the actual motion that came, or you get what I'm saying? Like which
It
one is
depends
it?
on the scenario. If it does end up if it does surprise the market, right? And that would mean that the implied volatility wouldn't decrease. So now those contracts that were overpriced, they're going up now. So
Yeah,
people that paid top dollar are now getting money from them still paying top dollar. They already know they paid expensive, but now they're still actually making money from it because the expectations were better than what was expected.
so that's what I'm saying. Like which one is a bigger threat? You know what I'm saying? And like if you
A
are
threat would
confident in the
be
news.
the threat would be the price of the contracts being more expensive and the implied volatility going down, which would mean when that event occurs, you ever heard buy the rumor, sell the news?
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. That's what that means. Buy the rumor, so you're buying in before the actual event occurs. People are buying, buying, buying. It goes up, it's running up, and then boom, all of a sudden the event happens, and everyone's like, "Yo," looking crazy, like, "What? It's not what we were expecting." And then people lose money because they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna hold till the event happens."
yeah.
So it's better to at least take most of the money off the table, so that if something crazy happens, you still benefit from
You
that.
just leave a runner on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so tomorrow the event will already have occurred. So we're already going to see that attention on these stocks. So I'm letting you know, hey, be careful from now. That's why I'm going over the premium. Be careful from now because it can be juiced or priced high. And if they pull back, you're going to be paying more than you normally do, and it pulls back. So now you were spending 200 before. Now you're spending 300 just to get in, 400 just to get in. But if the trade doesn't work out, now you're losing more compared to if there was no event at all and it doesn't work out in your favor. So I'm just
So
making
in a
sure.
situation like this, when you determine your entry point and you have an increased premiums, are you looking at the chart? You looking for, you know what I'm saying? You still
I'm looking at both.
prioritizing?
I'm looking at both. I'm still making sure, hey, I'm looking at the premiums to see, hey, these are more than normal. Like as you're trading more and more and more, and you're trading the same thing over and over, you get used to seeing, okay, these are expensive. I'm not trying to buy these right now. Like SNDK, there was a point where it was like 4 bands just to bug around and find out.
So how would you like so to really
You cut out a little bit
like get
regularly.
more insight as to how I said to get insight on how inflated a contract is. I know like when you go to the contract, the options chain, and you click on the contract, it doesn't show you like the price of the actual stock. It shows you the price of that specific contract at different points on the chart, like when the stock had rose
Correct.
and went down. So you would basically just go back and see when the stock was at that same point and what the price of that contract was then in order to see how inflated the premium is now?
Not what you're gonna see is based on use. So just like how you're seeing contracts now, what have you traded so far, would you say? Any stock, any stock.
Shit, everything.
I know.
Apple,
That's what I'm saying. Any stock, give me any day. We've been all over.
Tesla, all that shit.
All right, so let's say Tesla, for example, right? There's times where Tesla, you can buy a contract for $200 and it's decent. Then there's times where you could buy $100 contract, $150 contract, and it's lower than normal, right? Or 100, it's lower than normal and it still is moving. But the times that it's $200, that means there's an event coming up. Maybe they're releasing something. Maybe they have earnings. Maybe they have car delivery numbers. Maybe Elon's saying something on Twitter and now there's a tension there now. So now it's getting priced in. It's getting baked into the option contracts. When they announced, hey, there's going to be a cyber event, when they said there's going to be an event, that thing started running. The event didn't even happen. They didn't even say what it was going to be exactly or what price.
I'm just saying for like a stock, like you just mentioned some names I never heard before. Like, so for a company like TSM or MTK, if I'm going into a contract, I wouldn't know the normal price of, a certain strike. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, what is the proper evaluation to see if this is a good entry point on? You get what I'm saying?
So that's why I wanted to make sure that we went over some that we know and there's some that we don't know at all, so that you can gear towards the ones that you're familiar with. I know you touched NVIDIA. I know you've gone to ARM. I know you've seen ARM and me trade ARM. And I spent $2 something and the next day made 1,200 on it. So the good average amount I can spend is 2 something on ARM, right? But if I end up seeing $400, $500 contracts, you think I'm going to buy it?
I mean, it depends how confident you is in the news.
Oh, I ain't buying that.
I mean, it depends on the news. You know what I'm saying? The news, something outrageous. That's just why I'm asking.
I would rather. So here's the thing, right? If I'm spending more than I normally would on something, that means I want a big move because I'm spending a lot more than I normally would, right? So I want a big move. If I can find something that I'm not spending a lot on and still make my cheese, I'd rather do that. So I'm not going to buy the ones that are going to be overpriced and expensive.
High risk.
It's just
saying for something like with Trump.
So, for example, like earnings season, there's a whole bunch of companies that report earnings. Some of them, when you're looking at the earnings and if you're going to trade it before they report, they're expensive as shit. $3,000, $5,000 just to trade it. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to spend a band and still lose on it just because I want to spend a band. But in reality, I was supposed to spend 5 bands just to be on the safe side. So I'm not going to go far even further. So think about this. If the contracts are more expensive, that means you have to go even further out the money just to be within that price range that you are normally in.
Yeah.
So now you're shooting for it to go even more and paying more. Now, does that make sense?
Now, I definitely understand. I was just saying in some, like, I know, like, different circumstances change. So for some, like, when Trump said, go buy a deal, like, we just seen what just happened with that. So in a situation now, if Trump came out tomorrow and said, yeah, buy NVIDIA, it's like, yeah, the premium go up, but shit, he just said buy a deal, and that shit just went through the motherfucking roof. So I might be, you get what I'm saying, paying a little bit more, but I have a basis to say that this news causes of vicious upside. Ways though, you know what I'm saying? This shit actually pay out to something.
What we're doing though, when market opens, we're watching the premiums and we're watching how the stock reacts also. If the premiums are expensive, I'm not going to buy it. It could be moving, I'm still not going to buy it. Because I need a really big move in order for it to make sense. I can find something else that's cheaper, cost effective, that I can make that can move, that has some news on it.
And you could make the same gains with less bread.
Versus me
more bang for your buck.
stressing that I got to spend $800. I normally spend like $400. It's just like rut. Most times I spend $200 on rut. There was a time you see me spend $700, right?
Yeah.
But what happened at that time? 14 bands.
Yeah.
Right? Because I knew that there was something potentially that could be coming up, which was a long 3-day weekend and they might have a deal. I said, all right, I'm swinging this rut call. Y'all don't see me buying a $700 rut call ever and swinging over a weekend. But what
was the news that made you do that? What they say they was doing?
So That's just me in the thought process of they're getting closer and closer to a deal. We got a 3-day weekend. They got plenty of time to figure some shit out.
As far as the war.
Yeah. They had plenty of time to figure some shit out. So, and it worked in our favor. I said, guys, I'm bullish going into the weekend. We could potentially get a deal. If we do, then we're flying. And look what happened. We got closer and closer to a deal. We started hearing it on Saturday and Sunday. And then boom, we get a nice crazy run up. So it's just kind of also thinking outside the box. When a scenario comes up, you got to think of every possible scenario that can happen. Are they going to attack each other? Are they going to make a deal? Or are they going to be, is it going to be the same thing where we're just lollygagging through a whole weekend where they're going back and forth, back and forth? Any questions? And thank you for the question, brother. Good shit. Great questions, too.
I appreciate you, bro.
Always. I see the progression. I know you see it, too.
Yeah,
Yo, someone got a question? Talk
yeah.
to me.
What up, Niiko? Hey, bro. So how should we? So what should we be looking at? Like, if we want to get in trade based on the news and all that, what should we be looking at the charts and the
So on the charts itself, you want to look for, of course, price action, direction, trends. You want to look for an actual opportunity. Don't just jump in because of this news. Look for an actual reason. Make sure your rules that you have in place you're still following it. I'm just giving you an idea on where attention will potentially be. You see? You're still following your rules just as you would when you're trying to get into a trade. But I'm just kind of warning you also, hey, these premiums could be overpriced. Or they could get IV crushed and then go down. Right. So now that's an opportunity for us to go long, right? We're buying cheaper contracts and giving ourselves time 2 weeks out if we wanted to. That makes sense?
Oh, yeah.
So the news drops, IV crushes, the reaction is the signal. Once the headline is out, that inflated premium deflates fast. News, first traders don't guess ahead of it. They let the news print. Watch how price actually reacts and use momentum to confirm before they execute. Trade the reaction, not the rumor. The headline tells you what happened. Price tells you what it's worth. Is it worth buying it?
Repeat that one more time. The news tell you what happened. Price tell you what it's worth.
The trade the reaction, not the rumor. The headline tells you what happened. Price tells you what it's worth. So what it's doing in the market tells you how it's reacting to that news or that headline news. That makes sense? So if, like Meta, for example, right? We were on Zoom. I said, guys, I just seen some news that just popped up. Meta's going to be raising prices up. The first name I seen was WhatsApp. I said, oh, shit. These niggas put price on WhatsApp? That shit flying. So they said price, we're going to raise prices or put a pricing package on WhatsApp, Meta, and Instagram. I said, guys, I think Meta about to run up. Dred said, say less. I'm getting in. I said, get in ASAP. Boom. 1,500% later. The stock goes up $30 from that news, right? We seen a quick move in a short period of time. I think it was less than 30 minutes. It went up $30. So being quick to be able to catch that reaction. If you're buying it during that time while it's running up, yeah, you're paying more, but you can still benefit as it's still going up. But the moment it slows down, the contracts start to decrease quickly. It starts moving sideways or it pulls back. Now your premium or your contracts go down quickly. Something that's up 1,500% can go down to 1,100% just like that. Next up, the one rule. The signal, most expensive options mistake around a scheduled event is buying premium into peak IV and getting crushed even when you're nailing the direction. So you could still be right with the direction, but still be losing. So just be careful, please. Any questions at all? This is something you can bookmark, save. You kind of have an idea on the ecosystem of these stocks and which sectors they are in, memory, software, etc.
Hey, what is this we looking at right here? Like this cloud jump. What is this?
This right here, right here?
Yeah, this is like another. Yeah, what is like this? Like you got like another Discord type of jump on here?
Nah, I make these guides for us to I feed it the information what I want it to kind of look like and make it so that it makes it easier for you to understand. So you can bookmark these, save it, so that you can use it as reference. Some of them have.
I'm about to download this app. How do I get to this specific page? You send me a link to this?
Yeah, I put the links always in the chat. You'll always see the links in general announcements and important. In the education section, I post a whole bunch of the different guides. There's a checklist for when market opens. You go through the checklist in 30 seconds before you get into your trade. If you can't go through the checklist, you don't take the trade. Actually, here, I got you. So just a few things that you can kind of use as references, like cheat sheets. We're human, so we're not going to remember every single thing. So you can use these guides. So this one's a full checklist on what to look for when you're trading. This one's for entry, mastering, understanding a trading strategy. This one's how to read the options chain and choosing your strike price. I definitely recommend everyone go through this one. If you want, you can screenshot this. When you take the picture, you hold down on the picture and you'll be able to go straight to it also. This is a cheat sheet for entries and exit rules. Everyone has an entry rule, but nobody has an exit rule. They want infinity and beyond, at least have an exit rule. Trade entry checklist, quick 6-point confirmation. So unless you get 6 out of 6, you don't get into the trade. So just use these to kind of make it a little easier while you're trading. You can bookmark it, put it on as an app on your phone, like on the on the home screen, and just use it as a reference.
I bet.
We try to make as many as possible because it makes it easier for you guys to learn and understand. Some of them have tips and tricks, like pointers that I kind of give it so that y'all know I say the same thing over and over. And if I'm saying the same thing over and over, it may sound cliche. Get a journal, go over your trades, demo trade, make sure you're trading whatever plan you have, pretend like you got $1 million portfolio. If you're not going to do that same thing, if you had $1 million portfolio, don't do it. You're not going to spend half your portfolio on a trade. You're not going to spend a quarter of your portfolio on a trade. You're not about to spend $250,000 on a trade. That's for damn sure. So it's just making sure that you can survive in the market. Survive first, profit second. If you're just learning, understand that it's not going to be making money right away. It's going to be seeing progress. You need to learn the terminology. You need to learn your strategy. You need to learn how you react to trading. Some people are greedy. Some people are impatient. Some people are too patient. You'll let a trade go up 100,000% and then watch it go down to 0. So it's just everyone's a little different. But you got to figure out, in a sense, what doesn't work for you. Cut those out. Find what works for you. How do you do that? Write it down. You're not going to remember why you got into a trade last week. Write it down. Now you can go back last week and say, oh shit, I jumped into this trade because of FOMO. I heard somebody say they're up 200% and I thought I was about to get 200% too. Or I seen some news. That's the reason why I got in. So now you can pinpoint what works for you and what doesn't. If it's 0 DTE is not working for you over and over, but the swings are, or the long-term trades, are, then do that versus you beating your portfolio up doing 0 DTEs, trying to fight yourself like, I can do it. I'm going to do 0 DTEs, but you're losing money on it versus the long-term trades are making you money. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Any question? Anything y'all want me to go over? Y'all kind of have an idea on what sectors to look at for the market this week. A few stocks that you can already put on your watch list.
What about IBM?
IBM. So IBM, I want to, didn't they, the IBM that they mentioned, Trump said?
Yep.
But
IBM.
But I think that was
Supposedly.
from, but I think that was from 2025 though, December of 2025.
Yeah, December.
So
Yeah, I
everyone's
seen that.
hyping it up right now, but that was from 2025. So I don't want y'all getting hyped that it could run up. It potentially could because it's a part of those stocks that are like the Intels, the Dells that were previously not getting as much attention compared to NVIDIA and AMD, etc. So it's a part of that list. That's why people are putting attention on it, but don't depend on that being, oh, Trump mentioned it a week ago or something like that, and that's why you're getting in. At least just trade it still based off of the reaction on what's going on. That sector is getting attention. So ride the trend or the wave of it, and then sooner or later, the attention is going to go somewhere else. While that attention goes somewhere else, you find that attention, go there. That's what the market literally is. It's just like trends, right? There's a certain hype, or just like, say, the same scenario, the fidget spinners. There was a moment where everyone wanted a fidget spinner, didn't need it, right? There were $29 for a fidget spinner. Now it's $1.50 for one, right? There's times where things are in a hype and it's out of focus, or things similar get hype behind it, attention, and then it transitions to something else. Quantum. Y'all been trading quantum?
Yes, sir.
How long have I been saying quantum stocks? It's like last year or the year before? Shit, it was like last year.
Yeah,
Quantum
for a
For as
while.
long as I can, yep.
So quantum stocks, the reason why I mention them, it's after AI. So the CEO of NVIDIA said, hey, quantum, originally he said quantum is going to be in like 5 years. So during that time when I was saying quantum, they were running up. Then they started going down because he was saying, oh, it's going to be in like 5 years. Then he reneged and said, oh, it's going to be in a few years. Then they started trending up. So now you saw $2 billion being invested into the quantum stocks amongst 9 of them, 9 companies, right? We've seen them go up, what, 26% in a day, 25, 30, this and that. The attention is now on quantum also. Capitalize on it. Instead of trading weeklies, trade leaps so that you can benefit from the trend when it is trending. The thing is, right, most traders, they don't give themselves enough time. Their expiration is too short. They could be right about direction. So their expiration is a week away and then it goes up the next week. They're like, damn, I only have a week though, right? Versus you could buy a month, 2 months, 3 months out. And whenever a catalyst pops up, boom, the stock goes up 10%, 5%, 6%, boom, you take your money. Versus, damn, I needed to move right now. Give yourself time. Give yourself time. You can still be right and sell whatever you want when the market's open. Memory. Have you guys been trading memory? The memory stocks. SNDK, MU, WDC. This is Western Digital.
Yeah.
Let's say you see those memory stocks. They're pricey. Oh, they're pricey. MU, SNDK, WDC. I think WDC is probably the more cost-effective one out of the bunch. But something more cost-effective is DRAM. DRAM. It's the ETF or the memory stocks. So let's say if I'm not in SNDK or MU or WDC, I can grab DRAM, and as long as 1 or 2 of them are running, DRAM most likely will be also. I posted in the group. I was just thinking out loud. Every once in a while, I'll just be thinking out loud. I posted this back from not too long, not too far. 5/2. At the beginning of the month, the first memory ETF just hit the market, DRAM. Top exposure includes 25% Samsung, crazy. MU, 24%. How much stock is left? Goddamn. SK Hynix, 23%. And then the rest, 4%, 4%, 4%, 4%. That's big exposure for MU. So when MU is running, DRAM is running. All right. I posted a few contracts, $50 strikes for January 21st, 2028. It was 12. I posted some pricey ones and some cost effective. These were 1,200 at the time. You could probably look at them now. They're way more. 600, about 410, 530. We grabbed Redwire, another one. Posted on 518, has been moving also. And then ASTF. From 525, posted ASTS, approaching the biggest launch in company history. A lot of the space stocks are moving. So think about this. It's about the path of what's going on. Next up, we're trying to get to space. So all these rocket companies are trying to get us on the moon. And if they end up getting us on the moon, these data centers and trips are going to be people paying high tickets to take a trip to the moon. So they're going to be benefiting, and a lot of government contracts are probably most likely going to be put into these space companies. So that's why you're seeing the attention now. So that's basically what's up next. All these space companies trying to launch, this Jeff Bezos, this person trying to launch a spaceship. They all just got billions of dollars just throwing up rockets in the air. One of them is going to make it. And that one that makes it, or the few that make it, that's the one that's really gonna pop, right? But as they continue to try and compete, you're gonna see that attention in the space sector benefit from that. I don't know if one of the space boys are on here, Kulak Kim or Space Torpedo, but they've been hitting the space stocks over the head, literally just banking off it. One of them, actually, Space Torpedo literally has a portfolio strictly on space stocks, strictly on those. That's it. Just hitting them over the head over and over. So,
Hey, Niiko.
Yo, talk to me.
Hey, would you give that like as universal advice for every sector? Like anytime you trying to anytime you locking in on a specific sector that's having momentum, side with a ETF that basically is make shit more conservative for you, is though you don't have to be hands-on with each individual stock. You know what I'm saying? If this specific sector is having momentum, then the ETF, general ETF for that sector, is going to have gains.
That's actually the safer route, right? That's the more safer route when it comes to buying an ETF, because it's a cluster of a bunch of companies. So if there's a few benefiting and you don't want to choose just one, let's say you choose the wrong one and it doesn't go as high as the others, the ETF is still moving. As long as the others in the group are moving, the ETF is moving. So you can benefit still from that movement. So you're getting $1 at least versus no dollar. I'd rather make $1.
I know you just recommended that for drum in the memory space, but I'm saying, like, let's say if the quantum sector, you take the ETF.
Same thing with the quantum. There's an ETF for it. There's a chip ETF for it. For example, Solo, I don't know if he's on here now. During the time when a lot of the chip stocks were moving, he caught SOXL. That's the ETF for the chips. So he didn't have to choose, all right, let me see if I'm going to choose NVIDIA or AMD or TSM. He just had to get the ETF and benefit from one of them going crazy, and now the whole ETF is moving. So now he's still making money from that sector, moving from the ETF.
But your gain's not going to be as dramatic, or your loss is not going to be as dramatic if
you're making some cheese. That's all you're worried about.
Now I'm understanding. I'm just trying to know both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
But you're only worried about just making something. Of course, because one of them is going to be moving more than the rest, there's going to be a leader in the group. So NVIDIA is normally the leader in the chips. Then we have, let's say, the weight loss. We got NVO and Eli Lilly. Lilly's winning that race, and so on and so forth. So there's always, like, let's say the hair products. There's Ulta Beauty and then Elf. I think Ulta is leading in that. So, or UPS and FedEx. I don't know which one's leading in there. But let's say if one of those companies reports earnings, they move in symphony. If one of them reports good, both of them could potentially start moving. So you don't have to trade the company that reports earnings, for example. You can trade the one that's in that sector and benefit.
Yeah. So why you don't trade all ETFs then?
Which one?
I say, why you don't trade all ETFs then?
Here and there. I just trade them here and there. Like DRAM, I traded, put some September contracts up. They're up more than like 200-something%. What else? We trade IWM, we trade SPY, we trade RUT, we trade SPX. Those are ETFs.
I'm just saying, like, if you were saying to bank in on them, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't even.
I'm saying you can
individual stocks at all.
I'm saying you can trade the ETF. Yeah, if you want to. Everyone has their preference, right? But I like to find what that leading stock is and benefit from that move.
Because it's going to be more aggressive than the overall ETF.
You're right. But I'm quick with taking my money also. I'm quick with my entry versus someone that's new that may not be as quick. They're trying to find how to sell it, or they're trying to press the button to type in the limit. So now the stock already turned around and it's moving aggressive.
You don't type in your limit price when you sell?
I always type in my limit price, brother. When I'm buying and selling, I type in my limit price, what I want to buy and sell it for.
Are you saying somebody that's trying to manually press like the plus jump?
Right. Or they don't know exactly how to maneuver. You didn't know how to at the beginning?
Yeah, but that should be a split second, bro. I swear, bro. Like, I type, bro. I go to type it, and that shit really had a switch from when I put the order in. That shit already went down. I missed it, or even when I'm trying to buy anything.
That's why you gotta be quick.
Sometimes what you could do is just set your shit before it go in profit.
He already set your sale to close, Jim.
Yeah, some people do that also,
Yeah.
right?
As soon as it go in profit, that shit be done sold, and you feel me, your money there.
It's times I don't want to do that though, and as I'm going to sale, I see that motherfucker going. I'm like, hold on.
Nah, so look, that's the thing,
See
right?
where he's about to go.
So you're changing up. So that means, let's say if a trade is not working in your favor, that means you're also changing your stop. You're like, man, I'm not going to sell yet because it could still go. I was going to sell at minus 50, but I'll sell at minus 60. Oh, damn, it got to minus 60. I'll let it go to minus 70. Well, it went to minus 70. Shit, I'll let it just go to minus 80. Then
Yeah,
I think I'm going to get out. So if you're doing that when you're gaining money, you're doing the same when you're losing money.
yeah. It's gambling. What I was thinking though, what I want to do is I want, instead of just having so many different, like I want to lessen my trees, and then what I
You
like,
need to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to just buy more contracts, so that way when I get to 40%, I can sell here, and you know what I'm saying, I
That's
still
the goal.
got leverage in
When you
here
have
to add
runners,
it out.
you playing
Yeah,
with the house money.
yeah,
You sell most of it, you get most of your money back plus profit. You get all your money back plus profits. Now you're strictly playing with the house's money. So if you lose on that last contract, you didn't really lose. You still won.
yeah. I was just doing that on Friday. I was fucking with space, and I had like 50 of them.
Shit.
But look, I got greedy the first time when the shit had went up in the morning time, like around
Shit.
10, and went to 12. I'm like, man, this shit gonna keep going. Then it went all the way down to like 2 cents. I bought some more when it went to 4. I sold the shit at my break even. I sold a lot of them. And I kept the runner that went all the way up to 500%. I was just thinking like, damn,
Oh,
what if I'd have kept like,
damn.
you hear me? Like I
Nah,
should have
so
kept more
look.
runners than this. You hear
So
me?
what happens, well, also, right? One trade can convince yourself on the next trade, damn, I gotta hold all these. Last time, if I would have held, I'd have made some crazy money. So next
Yeah.
time, I'm gonna stay a little longer, or I'm gonna hold all of them. No, continue still doing what your trading plan is. Just remember, hey, I need to have runners so that I can benefit. You still made 500% on what was left, and you weren't stressing.
Yeah, but I was just imagining.
I know you was imagining, but you was
It could
stressing
have been.
less.
What
You was
should have been.
that weight was off your shoulder when you sold. You was like, whew, all right, I got these
Yeah.
runners left. Let me see what these do. The
I just
moment
felt
that
like I should go more in, because if I had more than okay, if I'm at a 40% gain, I can sell enough to break even. So now whether this shit go up or down after this, you know what I'm saying? I'm
you
good.
chilling, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on also what percentage that you're normally seeing. If I can see 100% on the trade, let me sell 8 out of 10. Now my two last runners can go to 500, 600%. And if they don't work, no matter what, I already doubled my money,
Yeah.
right? Damn near doubled it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna just start buying more contracts.
Yeah. But also making sure you manage it, even if the trade is not working in your favor, right? And then it starts coming back. In the mind, you're thinking, damn, let me just let it get back to even, and then I'll sell. Well, sometimes it'll get back to minus 40,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah. I done seen that too.
Yeah, so now you got to still offload some just in case, hey, if it does go back down, let me at least lose less versus more.
Hey, is it a way like to automatically like stop it from going below a certain level?
Yeah, so you can have a stop loss where, so on Robinhood, you can only set up one or the other. On Webull, I believe you can set up both at the same time, a take profit and a stop loss. So on Robinhood, you would set the stop loss so that if it goes lower than this amount, I needed to get out. I need to get out. So let's say if you're working, you're busy, you're about to go on the road, whatever it is, you set your stop loss. So at least you're not losing 99% if boom, something happens. Trump says something, some news come out. Y'all know this market's too unpredictable. It literally just boom. Some
Yeah, see,
news.
I tried to set one the other day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I stole one that was up and I tried to set one on the other one that I was gonna let run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought it was a stop limit or stop
It
loss
sold right
limit.
away, didn't it?
That shit sold that bitch
Yeah,
immediately.
that
I
bitch.
was like, bro, fuck it. Like, I was like, fuck it. I did profit though, but like, damn.
I did that too. So what could have happened is, so remember the spread, right? Depending on the spread, if that contract, the spread is wide, and you just, if you're thinking in your head, oh, it's right here, it's at this price, but you're not looking at where the bid is, as long as within that range, that shit can sell.
Nah, I know. I set the bid, so I set it like, you know what I'm saying, a little way. So like, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't lose too much
But
of
do
the
you
profit.
remember what the bid to the ask was, is though? the range
Yeah,
between the bid to the ask. If
yeah.
you chose a number within those numbers,
Nah, I didn't choose it within the number. They want to tell you it was
oh,
out of the
you chose
numbers.
it lower than the bid?
Yeah, and that shit sold it immediately.
Yeah, I think I did that too. That's why I don't even. So for me, that's why I stay on man, my phone going with me everywhere. If I'm in a trade, it's going with me.
No,
My
no,
phone do
I
not
already know.
disturb.
I just it ain't even that. It's just I know how fast that motherfucker start
Yeah,
dipping. I know how fast it
that
start
shit
dipping.
said,
So
yeah,
I
he
wanted
ready.
something that's gonna catch that shit.
That shit said,
Still,
yeah, he ready to get out. All right.
yeah, that shit straight sold it. But I was like, fuck, I still profited on both of them shits. I just was trying to let that shit ride. I knew it was gonna go higher, but fuck it.
Yeah, at least it's something better than nothing at all.
Yeah, that's
You're
why I
here with
said,
something.
fuck. Oh god.
Yeah. Any questions, y'all? Anything you're struggling with? Anything?
Yeah,
We all
dude,
got
do you be
say it.
like buying and holding shares also?
I buy shares for, I like to load up on, I'd rather just have dividend stocks, honestly. But I'm trying to work on a nice portfolio with just strictly like diversified growth stocks. Of course, some of them won't have those dividends, but I'm gonna try and find those yield max. There's one of the guys actually in the group. He does the yield maxes where it pays dividends monthly. It's either monthly or weekly, and so take a little advantage of those while they're moving, and then
Hey,
rotate.
what platform you use for your stocks that pay dividends?
You can use any platform, but
You got in
I
yeah.
would recommend don't use a platform that you're day trading and trading on, because then you're gonna mess
Get the
around and
transfer some shit over.
sell
Oh
it because
nah.
it's right in front of you, and say, all
Oh
right,
hell
let's
nah.
get into this weekly contract and I'll put my money back into that.
Nah,
You don't care.
I ain't one of them kind of people. I ain't one
Yeah,
of them kind of
gotcha.
people.
That shit happened quick. You're like, wait, hold on, where did these shares go? Oh damn, I sold it last week. I ain't even buy
Yeah.
back again.
No, I got discipline.
Yeah, good. Or even do your leaps in a different portfolio. Robin has an option where you can make different portfolios. So you can
Okay.
title it differently. This is my leap portfolio. This is my day trading portfolio, or short term. You only trade your short term in this portfolio. You only trade your long term in this portfolio. When you make money on the short term, move it over to the long term.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go with it. That's why I'm
That's
asking.
what I
Like,
do each time. Just move it so that I'm not even trading it. I'm not trying to look at it. I'm not trying to, nope. If it's there, I'm gonna end up trading it. If it's there, if it says available buying power, I know me. End up trying to find something. Versus, all right, let me move it over here. I know I'm not gonna touch it. So you gotta kind of know yourself also. Like, what are
yeah,
you gonna do if it's there?
I ain't that itch.
Some people be feeling froggy.
Yeah,
They be
folks be
jumping
itch.
quick.
They be too itchy.
Yo, I got $30. What are we jumping into? Man, save that $30. Man,
Shit, the way shit been going, $30.
$30 might go
On the way.
crazy,
I ain't
bro.
gonna
Yeah.
lie. That's what I'm saying on them trades right there that I was telling you about. I spent like 61 a contract. I only bought 2 contracts. Them shits went to like at that very moment they went to like $600 each.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Nico,
Yo,
do you usually you still check this FinViz to see how much these markets, I mean these trades move or these ticker symbols move each day, or you don't use the FinViz?
so look at my recent searches. Should be here. Nah, I guess I was looking at something else. It's always here. Finviz maps. Always. And then click on the ETFs. Here's a little trick. Thank you for mentioning it. So you see this? Does everyone see this right here?
Yeah.
All right, so this is FinViz Maps. Take a screenshot so that you have it for reference for later on while you're going through your trading journey. You can use
You
this
go
in
on
the
the
morning.
website.
Yeah, go on the website, FinViz Maps. So you can use this as a reference to see where money is flowing. For example, it's a possible up to 15-minute delay. I'm letting you know that from now. So don't think, oh shit, it's up, let me jump in. So this is getting you an idea on where money is rotating. For example, this sector, the technology sector, you can look at the ETF and go to that ETF on, for example, Robinhood, and see what stocks are in those ETFs that are moving and booming and grinding with momentum. Now you can find something within that ETF that has motion. The energy sector was down. You can look within the ETF and see what's down, and those are, of course, puts or opportunities for potential when they reverse. Same thing with the growth ETFs, Same thing with the global gold miners, all across the board. You can go through these lists, the financials, healthcare, look and see what stocks are within the ETFs. If you see a whole sector is red, you know those are down, right? You see what's going on with those stocks within that sector. And you can go individually into those ETFs. Go to Robinhood, type in the ticker, and it'll tell you a breakdown of these stocks are in this ETF. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, in one of your videos, you made it seem like this page would let you know how much these different stocks will move, each day. Is that can you find that out from over here?
So it shows the percentage on what they are at that time within 15 minutes. So you see how it shows 1.77% for the day. So this is numbers based on Friday's movement. So we can see where the money was flowing. So across the index, it was slightly green. Across the board, we were down, then trended back up.
Where do you get your average true range information from? Straight from your trading view?
ATR, you can set it right on trading view. So I do recommend everyone on here, you hear the sound of my voice, make sure you are using AI through your trading journey. I didn't have it at the beginning. Boy, I'm so happy I have it now. You can have it code you anything, honestly, but you can have it code you the ATR. You can have it code you your trading strategy. So once that alert goes off or whatever it is, you'll be able to see it. So for example, right here, I have, hold on, it's loading. Bottom right corner, you see on the NVIDIA, let me make it bigger. In the top corner, I made this using Claude and ChatGPT. It gave me a full indicator that I can use each day. It shows the compression where price is getting tight, where volume is starting to kind of pick up and it needs to expand sooner or later, right? The ATR or the average true range, depending on the time frame I'm on. So if I'm on the 1 minute, of course, I'm going to have a smaller ATR versus if I'm on a daily.
Right? What does ATR stand for?
Average true range. So that's just you understanding the potential move that it can go within that day or that week.
You said the average what?
Average true range. Average true range.
All right, how far can go up, how far can go down?
Potentially, right? So if I have the ATR sitting at $8, right, and it's showing $8 on the stock, I would choose, for example, this can help you with your strike prices for anyone that's struggling with that. Let's say if the ATR shows $8, I wouldn't choose an $8 strike away. I would choose something lower than that. For example, $5 strike, but it's still outside of the money. Something $5 away from the current price. Sorry, right? So now, if it goes up that $8 or $7 or $6, my contract is now in the money. Now I've made more than 100, 200% based on being able to understand where price can potentially go. If you're not understanding the ATR, then you're just throwing a dart at the wall and seeing if it hits. All right, let me see if it can go here. Let me see if it can go here. But if you're understanding where the stock can potentially go, every stock moves different. There's some stocks that move 30 cents in a day. Some that can move $100 in a day, like SNDK, MU, for example, right? So everything has a different ATR that it can potentially move. Once you can understand that, then you can better choose strike prices. Kurt, phenomenal with the strike price, right? Because she understands, hey, the ATR, if it's $5, $3 away, let me choose 2, 3, 4. And when it goes $5 away, my one that's furthest away, the one that's $4 strike away, is up 1,000%. The one that's $3 away from the current price is up 800, and then the one that's closer is up 500. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So understand where price can go. So you choose a strike within that range. When price goes that range, you make more. Versus you choose, if it says an ATR, again, if it says ATR of $8, don't choose something $8 away. You don't want it to just get there. You want it to get past your break even, honestly. Whenever you're trading, aim for the break even, not the strike price. Can this get to my break even? If it can't, then that means by the time it expires, I can be losing money. But if it can get to the break even and past that, then it's either me making money or higher.
Niiko, do you have these indicators published?
Say it again.
Do you have these indicators published?
Nah, no, sir. Only I tell everyone if you need it, just let me know. Message me, say, yo, I need that.
Hey, Nico, I have a question.
Yes.
I need that.
For the top box that's on the right hand side that says pattern status, that's the indicator that you have on for that information to show.
Yeah, that's the one that I created. That's what he's asking about right now.
Oh, okay.
Talk
I'm
about I
like,
need that.
I need that. You know what? I like what you did
Well,
here. You took
are you
the light.
using TradingView or using Thinkorswim when you're looking at your charts? Because
me?
I noticed for Chris, the guy that's talking, I noticed he uses TradingView, I believe, for looking
Yeah,
at charts.
I use TradingView.
Yeah, so it'll be a little different when it comes to the indicators themselves. I think it would.
What is this? What is this you using? This is Thinkorswim?
Thinkorswim.
Oh, okay.
No, this is TradingView. TradingView. I took you out for a second. My bad.
So you can put that code that you got in the TradingView?
Nah, not on TradingView. On
So what you got like multiple screens ways though? This on one screen and then you got the exchange on another screen?
Nah, so I'm using Zoom I'm using my iPad for Zoom and TradingView so that you guys can see the charts, and I'm looking at the charts also. But I got my phone, my two phones, and I got another my computer over here. Sometimes I'll hop on so that I can see anything else other than SPY, NVIDIA, IWM, and whatever's in the top left corner.
But I be saying like, you know what I'm saying? I be wanting to go look at other shit, but all I got is my phone for real. So I might try to click on another jump. Next thing I gotta go back. Shit that happen.
No, I know. I do recommend at least being able to maneuver through because there'll be times where you're trying to look at the option contract and how it's moving. You're trying to look at the chart, understanding what the stock is doing and what's moving with the contract and understanding if we should get in. So it's of course, it's going to be a lot easier to have two screens at least minimum so that you'll be able to see what's going on and be able to get back and forth. I know some people do have it where since I do have it on Zoom, I try and make it easier for you to be able to see the screen. So they'll have it like in the corner, like the Zoom in the corner. I know it's small, so if you're using your phone, that Zoom be small as hell. But you can at least kind of get an idea on what's going on. But if you're using it on like an iPad, then you'll be able to see it a lot much bigger. Talk to me. Y'all got me on a Sunday, making sure y'all are prepped for tomorrow. Any other questions? Anything you're confused about?
Hey, if you don't mind, can you find like a setup to show us like, how you enter off that 1 minute?
Oh yeah. All right, so let's see. Let's find IWM.
Nico,
So,
while you looking for that, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of in and out, but I heard you talking about the NVIDIA thing. It's today, right?
It is in today, I think 11 o'clock. In 6 hours, 7 hours.
And is it going to go on all through the week, or is it just that one time?
I think it might just be today. Oh shit. I think it might be just for today. The news was saying though.
Okay.
US moves to block potential sales of NVIDIA and AMD's most advanced AI chips to Chinese-owned entities abroad, closing a perceived loophole left after the Trump administration ended enforcement of Biden's Air Global chip export restrictions in May 2025. Fine. Block, I'm gonna mute you for a little bit, brother. Thank you, Ellie. Oh, appreciate your brother. All right, y'all can see screen? Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this line, let's see if it works right. So I'm gonna show you an example for some puts and for some calls. All right, so most traders, they don't trade on the 1 minute, they trade on like a 5, 15, etc. I haven't met too many traders that trade on the 1 minute. I don't know if Perp got the 1 minute for me. Maybe I be just trying to instill the 1 minute to a lot. It's the way that the reason why I trade on the 1 minute is, let's say if someone's trading on a 10 minute, right? Or a 5 minute. It takes them 9 candles or 4 candles before they're deciding if they're going to get in compared to my 1 minute candles. So if I'm on the 1 minute, I'm watching trend go up, 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 right? Candle by candle. They're still waiting for that candle to form. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're looking at, let's say, for example, you're looking at a daily candle, right? And so that means that's only one candle for the whole day. It'll be very hard for you to find an entry and for you to be able to scalp or day trade something within that day because all you're seeing is one big candle and that's it. But what we're doing is zooming in, right? Zooming in to see what's happening right here, right now, within that big one day or 15 minute or the 1 hour, 4 hour candles. So we're zooming in to see what's happening right here, right now. So here's an example for the market, right? We see price found a support here in pre-market, right? Now, just because we have, actually what I'll do is I'll mark the pre-market low also. And I'll put it as, what color y'all want? What color y'all want?
Yellow.
Yellow. We already got yellow. Other than yellow.
Black.
We can't see it then.
Purple. Just do purple.
Ink or
All right.
something.
That word, purple word. All right. So right now it's on a 1 minute. So let's say this is market open, right? 9:30 right here, market open. It's already open right now. So watch. So we got that 420.87 where price dropped to first thing in the morning. First thing when market open, right? Let's say if we were going to get puts. This we would want to see. Let me pause it real quick. All right. Right. Let's say price gets here. You would hear me saying on Zoom, let's see if price can stay above this 420.87. We want to see if price can stay above 420.87. If not, we're probably going to see it fall off a cliff. All right. So price gets to this 420.87. It was already marked. We probably were looking at it. I was probably looking at it at that time too. Now this is on Tesla right now. Right. So price gets to that 420.87. Do we see strength, guys? Would you guys say this is strength going into this 420.87?
Nope.
Nah.
No?
Yeah, on the downside.
On the downside,
Oh,
this is
yeah, on the
strength,
downside, yeah.
right? So in order for price to actually get through here, we need to see these big body candles. So you'll hear me preach a lot. The candles. I want to see big body candles. Of course, I like the green big body candles. I don't like these red candles. But if you want to catch the downside move, we see big body candles. Now, where did price get back to?
2022.
Where did price?
2087.
The pre-market low.
The previous support.
That support originally that we broke through, we came down, and then where did we go back up to? That same spot. Does everyone see it right over here?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you're thinking about support and resistance, it's not a specific number. I want you to remember that also. It's an area. So price got in the same area where it fell through, right? But we struggled to get below that over here. Everyone see it? So this same.
So Nico, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Every 5 candles is going to be each minute, right? It's each minute.
Every 5 candles is a 5-minute candle. Every 10 will be 1 10-minute candle.
So you on what are you on right now?
1 minute.
All right.
This is my favorite. So as we're seeing price start to run up, in order for price to get above this 420.87, we need to see a big body green candle. Did we get that big body green candle?
No. Nico, that purple line, what is that purple line again? I know it's like the new
pre-market low. That was a
okay,
pre-market.
pre-market low. Okay.
I know someone was gonna ask, yo, what about the pre-market low? I know we're supposed to market. I'm making sure we market also. And that's exactly what. Yeah.
I'm sorry, would you consider that like a break and retest?
Yes. So we broke down. It'll be a break and retest on the downside. So we broke down, right? We broke this area right here, this 420.87. We retested back right here. And then what are we doing right now so far?
Falling again.
Retesting.
Right. So now let's see if price got to that pre-market low. This is that pre-market low area. Boom. Right. So now we want to see, hey, what is price going to do in this same area? Because the last time we were over here, we held. But look what happened. You see why it was the break in that retest so far? Boom, boom. We went lower. Boom, boom. Now it's watching to see if price can do what? Break above this or reject. Do we have enough strength so far to go higher?
No.
So what are we doing so far? What are we
Breaking
doing?
down.
Consolidating, trading sideways.
So far, yeah, still consolidating. Still, the buyers are not in control yet.
So the purple line is the pre-market low?
Yeah, that pre-market low. Okay. We stuck below it so far.
So at this position right here, you just waiting for a real big body candles.
So you see, boom.
Now it's time to take action.
Nah, we could have been got in from over here.
I remember you saying, Nico, the longer the continuation, the bigger the move.
Yes, the longer the consolidation, the bigger.
Oh yeah, the longer.
So the longer it's going sideways, boom, big move.
So you consider those some big body candles up there by the pre-market line?
Let me go back to it over. So you're saying over here?
Right there.
No, I'm saying you could have you can either catch the retest, seeing that price couldn't get above this 418.98, which was the pre-market low.
Okay.
Right? So you could have caught this.
Quick question. So when you would have got in puts?
Y'all know I love my calls though.
I know, but just, you know.
I literally marked this and seen it drop and didn't take a Tesla call.
Huh?
I seen this, marked it. Those yellow lines were already there. So I marked it, seen that it dropped below this area right here at the beginning of market open, didn't touch it, left it. Y'all know I love I'm more of a calls. I love my calls. I'd rather watch something fall off a cliff, and then finally find a support and start trending up. So this is for
if we wanted to do puts, just for an example, where
exactly. I said first I'm gonna go over a put, and then I'm going over a call for you guys.
Okay.
Now, price, we want to see if it breaks above that 415.21. If it can't, what are we doing?
Waiting.
Dropping again. Price cannot show strength for the buyers. We're going to be dropping. We're back at that 415.21. We see strength so far. We're not above it. Now we show weakness. We wouldn't get into a call. So we're not trying to predict to see if price can get in right over here. We want to make sure price is actually strong enough to continue that trend. So this over here, we would be waiting. Once price actually can get above here with strength, with a big body candle, then I would catch a call on the upside.
So you
cut out a little. Hold on, you cut out a little bit. Queen, hold on. You cut out a little bit. Say. Anybody can hear it?
No.
Okay, I was about to say. You cutting in and out.
Full robotic.
You sound robotic right now. Now I can. Stay right there.
Hey, you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
That purple line is the pre-market low.
We can't hear you.
Yellow lines represent.
The yellow lines? No, the yellow line was in a previous area.
You hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Now I can hear you a little bit better. You can hear me?
Yeah, bro.
Try to jump off and jump back on. Do you guys see how we got above that 415.21? We got one big candle. We got a smaller candle, smaller. We got a nice big size candle, but what happened? We got another small candle. Not enough strength for continuation. The sellers took over and we're back at that 415.21 again. So we haven't broke out from this area. So the buyers and the sellers are still stuck within this area.
So nothing indicated to take a call yet.
Nothing, not yet at least.
Okay.
If we see a big body candle, oh, that's crazy. We'll probably see a continuation. We break above here, then I can get a call, for example, right? We mark here.
Well, above that little white line without the purple.
I'm gonna put a white line right there.
Okay.
That's where you take your call right there?
Not yet, right here. Let's get a continuation.
You could take the call down at the yellow line too, though. Like,
or you
cross the yellow line too,
you
right?
could, but you at least want to. So here's a retest, right? We seen that so far. So you could either get in. So for me, I know that others are following right behind me. So there will be times where others get in a better entry because I know if there's a retest, they caught that retest. Versus me, I'm catching the beginning of that trend for continuation. If price goes below that 415.21, then that sellers have taken control again. If not, the buyers are still in control. We'll see another continuation, at least probably to that 418.98. And also this is midday as well. So slower movement, slower action. In the morning, you saw those big body candles versus this movement right here. Speed it up a little bit. Shit.
You establish them yellow lines from
previous days where areas struggle to either break below or above. And also this is where you'll see that price struggle to get above it over here. This is an important area. Sooner or later, it was going to be respected again.
Have you done like a Zoom class or show how to create? I think that's my struggle. I don't know how to set my charts up. Like by myself. I could follow yours, but I don't know how to do it by myself.
I got you.
Or ask Claude or chat. Is it some prompts that we can kind of ask them to help?
You could. I use Claude and ChatGPT as an assistant. So don't use it like Google. Just ask a question. Say, hey, I'm trying to understand how to set up my chart so that it works for me and my strategy. What do you recommend for me to do? And it'll tell you a full breakdown. You can even tell it to me like I'm 5. And that'll tell you in a story versus being complicated jargon.
Okay.
Again, if price doesn't break that 415.21, we should still keep going up.
How many previous days you looking back?
The last time price was in that area. It could be a week, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, a year ago. With Intel, for example, I had to look back 23 years to see the last time it was past $70-something, or the last time it got to what was the high. That high was $75. See? What happened, guys?
Candles.
Big body. So here's the thing though, right? With contracts, with options, you sell during these periods. You sell during this right here, this body right here, right there. You sell during that. You sell during this. This one right here. Everyone see those?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a circle under them so that you can see it, or try to. Where that arrow's kind of pointing to, right there. My bad, these bad arrows, right there. Those big bodies is when you're selling. That's when your contracts are valued at the most, because it looks as if we get the same candle right here, we'll go higher.
So this right after lunch.
This is 1:15, around 108. Right? We see how we where do we jump into, guys? You guys remember? It was like over here. I think it was around over here. Right? Price maintained above that 416.85. Over here, we stayed within that area. We didn't get to that 415.21. If we would have gotten to that 415.21, we would have been cooked because price would have done what it did around over here, gone below. Instead, we stayed above. We retested the same line right here, that 416.85. Let me zoom in. Right here. That was that last retest and then the continuation.
So when you got in, Nico, when you got in back there, you would have went for a 30-day contract or what?
Oh no. I'm short expiration, Poppy.
Short expiration.
Yeah.
So you next day?
It could be so with Tesla, depending on what day this is, it could have been a Wednesday or a Friday's expiration. So they have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Let's say Thursday.
So it would have been the next day.
Okay. On Friday, same day.
This though, right?
On Friday, you doing the same day?
Oh, same day. We call it Freaky Fridays. I've done 12 bands in less than an hour off just Tesla.
So when do you pick contracts far out?
Say it again.
When do you pick contracts far out?
During the week, I'm choosing, depending on if I'm trying to just catch a trend, right? If I'm just trying to catch a quick move that I'm expecting right here, right now, I'll catch it the same day. But if I'm looking for, let's say, for example, the space sector, it's been moving, right?
Okay.
I wouldn't want to just do a zero DTE and that's it. I would do a following week also, so I can catch the continuation. So, for example, Dreadmon, the one that I trade with daily on Zoom, he caught, was it space? Yeah, he caught space. I said, yo, Dread, make sure you catch some next week's also still, instead of just only today's. So let's say if those today's don't work out, you still can catch the trend of the continuation next week. Or let's say those do work out today, you can still catch the continuation of the next week since those expire today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah.
So I would say buy short dated and further dated contracts if you like the trend or the attention is there. So right now the space sector is booming. We got a potential SpaceX IPO. So companies like ASTS, Rocket Labs, all these companies that make rockets, spaceships are flying crazy. Hold on one second. Grandma calling me. Hold on, y'all. One second.
Hey, like you said, you made like 12 bands on the Tesla.
One second.
He said, hold on. His granny
I
called me. I came back right on time. Tell granny I said, hey.
I got you.
Hey, Niiko.
Yo, what's good, y'all, boy? Is Dread or Purple or
Yo.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
He back.
Oh, what's up, bro? Oh, dang, he's back now.
Hey, nah.
Boy said, dang, he back. Oh.
Hey, when you said you made the 12 bands on the Tesla, like, how much them contracts were?
It was only like, what percent did I do? And I did like 800%. So I was scaling out as it was going too. So it would have been honestly more. So it was a lot of contracts, but I was scaling out as well. I think I bought 150 contracts because I was originally supposed to buy 250 and I accidentally bought 250 of something else. And I was sick. So I bought about 150 of them. So it would have actually been way more than like 20K off that same move. But as it was going up, I was scaling out, selling some, so that if it does turn around, my whole portfolio wasn't turning around or looking crazy.
Right.
But those were zero DTE expirations, and I think those were only, damn, I forgot how much. They were cheap. I ain't gonna lie, they were cost effective. They were like less than $50 per contract, and they went crazy.
Okay.
Right, but we don't expect that every day, every week, every month. It's just being able to catch those moves, and I was able to put that money. I was able to risk that amount because so I wasn't trying to full court and say, all right, let me give all my gains back at the end on a Friday. Nah, I normally I really honestly just budget it each week to make sure I have something to put towards Freaky Fridays. Because I know it can go crazy, but I'm not putting too much. But going back to the swinging, right? So if I was going to buy a longer dated expiration on the ASTS, I said go further out because that sector has attention. It's not just one day that sector, the space sector, has attention. It's been weeks on weeks that they are having that attention. So don't just benefit from the move that's happening right here, right now. Benefit from the continuation. If it does go, you'll still be able to make some more money from that move or that sector still getting that attention. We're still waiting on the IPO for SpaceX. So the space sector should continue to go up.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
Nico.
gonna say that I made like 100, probably over 100% with dreads on that now last week. And I got one further out for like 2 weeks from now and it's up like 65%.
That's how you do it, right? It's called rolling also. There's a strategy. If you click on the option that says rolling on Robinhood, you have to have a margin account because what they're doing is they're selling your current contract and buying a new contract the further week or the following week after that or however for the expiration. But as long as you have buying power, I consider rolling as this. If I'm in a trade, right, which y'all should still have buying power after you get into the first trade. If I still have, as long as I have buying power, I sell the first trade that I'm up on. So if I'm up 200%, 100%, 50%, whatever it is, I sell that. And then I buy another contract, another week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever, out further. So now I'm not having to worry about, okay, I only got a week, I only got 2 days. I have plenty of time for this continuation or this trend to play out and for me to catch the rest of the move. Well, that's called rolling, being able to continue to capitalize on that move, on that trend. But here's the thing. If you're full porting, it's not going to work. The reason why, sooner or later, one of those rolls, one of those contracts that you buy, that you're swinging and over, you buy, you take your money, you put it to the side, you buy, spend less. Sooner or later, one of them is not going to work. One of them is not going to make it. So as long as you know that, then you're not full porting or spending so much because if you do, you're going to give it right back. You're going to give it right back. All them gains that you just built up doing 5, 10, whatever trades, 3 trades to get to that point, you're going to give it all right back. Here's an example with Intel. I made 12K off of Intel in like 8 days. They had nice earnings. I played the earnings. I bought a call and a put. I spent $300 on the calls. I bought 10 of them. The total was $300. So they were like $30 each, 30 something each. And then I bought 2 puts. They were $100 each. I made 5K. I made 5K off of the calls on the upside. The puts didn't matter. I lost 200, no matter what. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. I lost that money. But the calls, as long as I sold, I made my money. It made up for that, right? So boom, I sell. Put all the money to the side. I put 2K back in to Intel. So I got 3K to the side. No matter what, if I jump back into Intel and jump in and lose some money, I still won on Intel. So I put 2K back into Intel. With that 2K, I bought contracts that same week in the following week, right? I even posted on my IG, the little community thing, said, hey, I like Intel. The people in the group saw me going heavy on Intel. Y'all know I don't be going heavy or crazy like that on just one stock. So I went heavy on Intel, right? And the different strike prices, the expirations, the 1 week out and 2 weeks out to benefit from that trend. So from that 2K, made another 7K and sold most of them. I left one, right? It actually was 8K and I lost on that one. That was that runner. That was the one where no matter what, I'm still up 12K off of one stock. So even if I lost the band, did I lose? Yeah, I lost the band. But overall, I won on the stock. I took advantage of the trend that was occurring. So you got to also think, hey, am I overall winning on this trade? You're going to see red. But overall, are you winning on the trade or in the portfolio for the week, for the month, etc.? So make sure those wins can outweigh the losses and you're not putting all the wins, all the profits back into the market so that if the trade doesn't work out, now you're taking 2 steps back when you were just 2 steps forward. Does that part make sense, guys? I really want y'all to like really take advantage of it so that that's how you survive in the market. One of them is going to lose. I had to know that if I put the full 5 the first time and it didn't work out, yeah, or if it worked out, then I'd have been sitting pretty, right? But also, if it didn't work out, I would have lost 5 bands. Versus, all right, I put up 2. If it didn't work out, I still had 3 to the side.
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
So if like when you're looking at like the stimulated return, right? Like if I'm looking at stimulated return right now for something that I swung, because the market is closed, like how does that kind of work? Like is it a way to kind of see where it's at right now, or are you looking at where it's at for Friday when the market's still open?
So right now, since market closed on Friday, and then we have had our weekend, Saturday, Sunday, anything can happen on that stock that you're looking at. Some news could happen, the market could drop, the market could fly up. So you don't even know the current price of the stock right now until 8 p.m. Eastern hits, and then you have an idea on where it is right now. So on Robinhood,
8 p.m. Eastern on a Friday?
On Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's the weekend. In order for us to be able to see the price, the market is completely closed. The price that we see now is based on Friday's close. At 8 p.m. Eastern, Robinhood, you're going to see an update on where those stocks are. They have a 24-hour, and it starts on Sunday at 8 p.m. So you're going to see notifications go off saying the stock's up 5%, et cetera. So now you'll get an idea on where it is, but you still don't know where it is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern when market opens. So you're still just getting an estimate. And I would say normally try to get that estimate in the morning versus on the weekend, because it's going to be nowhere near what you could potentially be making. Does that make sense?
What about for like a stock like RUT?
So overnight or same day? I don't even look at the estimator on, I don't even look at that estimator on RUT. Because what also happens is on RUT, overnight, it shows the price. Like I could sell. They just gave me the 24 hours to be able to sell overnight. So I can see it moving. So it's not me estimating. I'll be able to see, okay, shit, I'm up. I can sell right now.
Oh, because you did extended hours on it.
Yes. Versus I didn't swing any RUTs, but let's say Google, Microsoft, Apple, or something else, then it won't show that because it doesn't do that overnight or over weekend pricing. So you won't be able to see anything other than the major ETFs like SPX, RUT until Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern when market opens. So far, we went over an idea on what to look at on Monday and expectations. The chips, you'll probably see the chips moving and grooving. It probably might be up already. Shit. Most likely, I think the space stocks continue to get attention, of course, as we get closer and closer to the IPO for SpaceX. It's so hyped. They're saying it's going to be the biggest IPO for this year. So I'll definitely want to keep an eye on that in the space sector. Quantum should get more attention again. We see that continuation. I feel like there's some news probably going to come up soon with like the quantum stocks. So they'll be able to benefit, or at least one of the individuals like QBTS, QBT, RGTI. Those are those quantums. One of them probably gets some news. We can catch the wave of the quantums moving. What else is there? The memory. Man, I'm so pissed. Robinhood, I had a Friday expiration. That thing sold it at 3:30, and MU ran like a rocket at the end of the day. I done made some cheese. I'm so sick, but as the market moves, I think the memory stocks are going to get more attention again. Once again, we might see them rally with the chips come Monday. That's it. But any questions at all, guys?
Yeah, I got one more question about swinging it because I accidentally swung last. So remember that morning that you woke up and you had like 14K return on RUT? Did you see anything stimulated of any type of idea or indicator that it was going to be up? Or you literally just saw that like a surprise on Monday morning at 9:30?
No, it was a surprise on the amount, but I knew that we would be up crazy because of the news that occurred over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
and I spent a good amount. So normally, if that move would have happened and I would have spent like 200, I would have probably at least seen like 4 or 5K. Like I've seen it. I've seen a put. I did a put where it was, I think it was like 6 or 7K, but I spent, I want to say like like $400 on the put on the swing. So just based on how much I was spending, which was a 7 something, I had an idea that with that good news, and it was a pretty big move, and from how futures were moving on the weekend, I had somewhat of an idea that it was at least going to be more than like a 7K. I didn't know it was going to be the 14.
Okay.
The IV implied volatility increase. The stock was higher than where the strike price was, so it's a few factors that implemented.
How you use the futures to get an idea of how the market about to move?
So at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, the futures market opens, and you can see if the market itself is bullish at that time, bearish. You can see how the market opens. So instead of having to technically wait until 8 p.m. Eastern or having to wait until Monday morning, you can see futures and see if they're at least up a little bit. That again does not mean the market 9:30 a.m. is going to be up and buy calls, or that means it's going to just drop. You still are getting an idea. Okay, the market is still decent. We didn't fall off a cliff, and people are still confident in the market a little bit. So now it's just waiting to see. Hey, let me see if there's any opportunities I can catch, and let me see how the market opens.
So you said at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sundays, see if the futures market is bullish or bearish and use that as an indicator.
So if I swung something, I'm using that, right? If I swung a rut, for example, she swung a rut. So if with futures opens and she sees that a screen, it depending on how high it is, she could possibly be green on that rut. But if futures fell off on the floor, then she probably lost money on the rut. That's what I'm saying. But it still doesn't mean anything until market opens and it actually appears and shows what occurs. Because it could drop. We've seen it where the market dropped and then went right back up before market opens. So you're just getting an idea. You're not saying, hey, this is what's going to happen because future to open at 6 o'clock and it's red. No, it could be green by the time market opens. Trump talked too much.
Futures got the same type of options as the regular market, like the same companies and all that.
So they don't trade based specifically on individual companies. It's the market as a whole. It's commodities, gold, silver. There is a rut in a sense. The Russell 2000 in futures also. There's the Dow, Nasdaq, and gold, silver, different things like that. But it's just a different instrument to trade the market. It's a completely different instrument to trade the market. I trade the options to trade the market. Others trade futures to trade the market. I like individual stocks because as long as I know an individual company is doing well and performing, then I can trade that individual company based on their performance, not the whole market's performance as a whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so basically futures more like big ass ETFs for real.
Yes and no. There's many micro, but I'm not going over futures right now, brother. I'm
just saying though, like that's
it's doing well. I'm saying if futures is doing well, then I have an idea that the market is doing well. If futures then I have an idea that the market could potentially be down. But it's not saying, hey, market opens at 9:30, it's going to be down or it's going to be up. It's just an idea on where market is going. Futures go open and then boom, they're buying up, buying. It starts grinding, flying up, and then by the time market opens for us, it's up. So now it's a bullish sentiment going into Monday. Any questions for?
Yo.
What up, Joe?
Yo, hey, my phone. I was away from the phone. Niiko, when you was showing us the chart, bro, my fault. You're gonna have to go back a little bit. When you was showing us the chart, what did it have to retest to go up?
This area right here, it retested the 416.85.
Okay, you said when it's going sideways, right? So when it's going sideways for the longer, that means the move is gonna bust. It's gonna be bigger, right?
Yeah. So The longer the consolidation, the bigger the move. So the longer a stock is stuck within a range or stuck within an area, when it finally does move, then it can be a major move. For example, Dell. It was kind of, if you look at the bigger picture on Dell, I'm sure. So you see how we have, damn, golly. You see how price stuck within this range from what, 168? At one point it was at 65, all along. And then once we finally broke above there, look at that big spike, the big difference between where we were able to run up.
Okay, I follow.
Right. So price stuck within this area, we finally get a big breakout out of that area. And it doesn't go $2, $3, $4. We get a humongous move.
So from there we know that like buyers there, like we know buyers are present, right? Like we know.
Right. Unless price comes back to the same area, that 168 comes back down. Or if we go back to one of these previous areas where price got around this 219, we got a support so far at this 227.92. If we zoom in around here, if price goes below here, then we can see that trend kind of, right now we got a nice trend. But if we break below this area, that trend has changed. You see how we got a nice trend up?
Yeah.
The moment that this trend changes, we start to see it get away from that trend change, we can start pulling back. The next areas would be here,
Or the other candles in. Okay.
Right? Areas where price reached to, right? It struggled to get above here, pulled back, finally ran up past that area. We got a big break. Price came back. It looks like a retest, possibly. And what could happen? Potentially happen.
All right.
Potential continuation if we get enough movement.
So retests are like the last lows? Or
The
like
last lows from here. So this is where price technically retested over here. So, or over here. Price ran up, broke above this 227.71, right? And then came back down, tapped. Still in this area, came back down and tapped that same spot. So now it's deciding if price goes below here or if it can continue this trend up. I think it continues it up, but let's see, right?
Right.
And we kind of in a sense have a reasoning. There's attention on Dell. We got a catalyst, had amazing earnings, a lot of attention again. The president mentioned it by Dell. They did upgrades, they beat earnings with flying colors. This is like Intel all over again.
Okay. I get it now. I understand it better.
Any questions, guys? Talk to me. If you're struggling, talk. The ones that are most active see the most progress. The more active you are, you can understand what mistakes that you have. We all mess up at some point. We all got greedy. We all held too long. We all gave money back. We all blew a port. Everyone's journey is different. Don't compare mines or perks or anyone that's doing great in the market to yours. It takes time. Take a lot of effort and time. You guys good? Chilling? We out?
Let's keep.
Yeah, thanks, Nico. Always.
Actually, I'll do one more thing because we didn't prep for the economic calendar. Because excuse me, y'all was about to just go out here and just be froggy and leaping. Forex Factory. Bookmark this page. Take a screenshot so that you have it also. Every week, make sure you're going at the beginning of the week. Sometimes things change during the week. We got a big week ahead. We have, oh my Lord. Sheesh. We have PMI on Monday at 10 a.m. We have ADP, non-farm employment change at 8:15 on Wednesday. 10 a.m. we got PMI on Wednesday. Friday at 8:30 we got average hourly earnings month over month, non-farm employment, and unemployment rates. So let me explain why this is important. Those red folders and the orange folders, it can potentially move. Oh shit, Powell speaks today, I think. Those at 8:30. Those can potentially move the market. So the red folders, let's say if you're looking at PMI, it says 10 a.m. Eastern. This is based on Eastern time. Let's say market opens at 9:30 and a report happens and it's a red folder at 10. You're going to do one of a few things. If market opens, right, and you're quick to jump into something, understand that anything can happen at 10 o'clock. So you have less than 30 minutes to decide if you're getting out of your trade, right? So if you see profit, it's better to take it quickly versus waiting around during PMI, or at least a majority of your trade, instead of sitting around with PMI. And if it's bad report, it will fall and your trade will go to nothing. So at least be prepared early versus, all right, 10 o'clock, let me see what happens, and you full court it, or you have too much exposure in the market. You can wait. There's normally a good time frame that you can wait after these reports. Is Ellie or Drea on or no? About how long should you wait after PMI? Actually, a few of you guys should know this. How long after PMI should you wait before you get into a trade? An estimate.
What's PMI?
PMI is the report that
15 minutes? I don't know. 15.
13 or 15, yeah. So PMI is a report that comes out, and if you are in the market and you are trading on something, you might lose money or you might make a crazy amount of money during that time. There's PMI, CPI, FOMC, unemployment claims. These are all events and reports that occur monthly that can affect the market. If it's lower than what was expected, the market can drop. If it's better than what was expected, the market can benefit and go up. So just understand when you should be in the market and when you should be trading light or not at all. If I'm telling you be careful, just know be careful, literally.
The name of this website is Forex Factory.
Forex Factory, but we're not trading Forex. It's just the reference on the data. That's it. We only worried about the data.
Gives data such as you said PMI?
PMI, CPI. Go on chat and say, what is PMI report? What does it mean? What is FOMC report and what it means?
F40C?
F is in Frank, O is in Oscar, M is in Michael, C is in Charlie. FOMC. That's the one where Jerome Powell used to speak after it, but now we got a new guy that will be speaking after
FOMC it. And what else?
FOMC.
PMI, CPI, FOMC.
Yeah.
Do they do the earnings report too?
Those aren't companies. Those are reports. Those are reports about the economy.
Oh, so these for the overall market right here.
Yeah, that's how so there's a report that shows how much consumers are paying. There's a report that shows how much businesses are paying in order for them to operate, to buy supplies, etc. If those reports go up, if one report, for example, goes up where the business is paying more in order for them to buy supply, then that means the consumer has to pay more also, right? It's a trickle effect.
Yeah.
Or let's say FOMC, it shows inflation, it shows our rates, it shows how we borrow money. If
PMI, CPI, FOMC is general market data.
General market data that we need to know. And data that we need to know. Got it?
Yeah.
Glad you're taking notes, brother. Go to chat, say, chat, you have 20 years of options experience. What other reports that are like CPI, PPI, and FOMC do I need to keep an eye on? It's going to tell you unemployment claims. It's going to tell you ADP, all of them.
So this is what I wanted to ask you, right? You hear me?
Yeah.
When some news come out like with Dell, and it came out that they was getting a contract with the government. How much was it for? Like
Billions.
yeah, like a crazy amount of money.
Right.
Is there a way to translate that into how much it would increase the value of their company to then like give you a better choice of strike?
Nah. So the market moves based off of the reaction of that occurring. So you wouldn't know that it's going to go up $100, $50. The ATR itself can help you to understand what the average range that it can go. But there's, of course, the reason why it's an average is because there's
That's the
times where it
norm.
goes higher than that number, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you see, depending on news, like depending on what news it is, like Meta, for example, it ran up $30 that day. I would have said you can get an out of the money strike and a zero DTE and benefit from that move because that type of news is fire. It's going to move a stock.
It's not average news.
Yeah, it's not average news. It's just like Netflix saying, "Hey, we're going to raise our subscription $1." Some of y'all seen it firsthand. That shit go up. News comes out, boom, stock already up. It happened overnight, I think, or in the morning. Stock already up from that news. So it's just understanding how would this affect the stock? Is it major news where it's going to be a game changer, or is it just So what is other investors thinking about that news? Like when the cybercab, and Elon saying, "Oh, we're going to bring out cybercab," and the man releases robotic people or whatever, right? The humanoids. The people didn't like that. They was confused. It's like, yo, how much is it going to cost? Is this going to be for the people? Is this for the factory and for y'all to produce quicker? Stock sold off when they actually reported, and the cybercab actually came out on TV and everything, and they started having the event, loud music and all. Everybody like, man, this shit trash. The investors didn't like it. Buy the rumor, sell the news. The rumor was, hey, we're gonna be having an event. It's gonna be about a release that we're gonna be having on the cybercab. The event happens, sell the news. Boom, falls off a cliff. I'm like, damn, I remember that. Buy the rumor, sell the news, because if not, I'd have been cooked. So it's just also making sure that you're shifting your mindset when you're trading the market, right? Thinking outside of the box. Everyone that I'll do a one-on-one with, I'll ask the same question. Every single one of y'all all have heard the same question. I know it. If Netflix raises a subscription $1, is it going to go up or down? And if there's company A and company B, and if company A is buying company B, what's going to happen to company A and what's going to happen to company B? At this point, you should all know that answer. What's going to happen to Netflix if they raise their subscription $1?
It's gonna
gonna
go up.
Is that Dre saying that?
I didn't know.
Say it with your chest, man. What the hell? Unconfident. What?
Go up.
It's gonna go up. That shit gonna fly. And then if company A is purchasing company B, what's gonna happen to company A? Potentially.
The price gonna go down because they taking on new risk.
Right, they're spending money. Perfect. And what happens to company B?
They're gonna go up.
Why?
They get more business.
It's a win-win. They could owe somebody money. Now company A just helped them. They could have no plan for the business. Company A is coming in to rescue them.
Hey, Niiko, why you use this nigga as your profile picture, bro?
Because you're sitting on the couch and life's passing you by. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, that's your
the reminder that get off your ass, get to
hey,
it.
what commercial he was on that Lincoln Tech jump?
That was Everest. That was Everest.
Yeah, that nigga. Yeah.
Romeo was IC.
That shit is hilarious.
Hey, bro, go ahead, bro.
I didn't have the same thing for like 5 years. I think same one. Nah, you gotta get up off your ass to get it.
Oh, that nigga spoke to you, Snap.
Yeah, I got up off my ass and got it.
Crazy people finding motivation in some strange places.
Somewhere, so you got to find a why, right? It's either you found a why. Maybe it's vacations. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a baby. Maybe it's you want to take care of your parents. Maybe it's something. Something is making you make sure that you learn and understand more and make more money. Maybe you just love money. Whatever it is, there's a why that is pushing you to keep going. But it's to an extent, right? You got to really the mind is powerful. You really got to go beyond what you even believe. Like people think you're crazy. Like when I was going through the learning and understanding the market, people thought I was crazy, nigga. When I told people that COVID was about to pop over here because I'm watching news over in China, they're like, Niiko, you crazy. And then when it happens, they're like, you brought this over here. I'm like, no, I was watching the damn news. Nigga, that was it. Right?
Hey, why you was watching the Chinese news?
Because it was affecting the market. There were COVID stocks. There were things that were moving based on speculation. If something happens in the trading space, it's something that can move the market. If I was working my reg, if it wasn't something that was affecting you day to day, like the gas, like we all know that whole Iran-Israel conflict, because you've seen gas prices right in front of you go up. You're like, damn, I'm paying more because this man is doing this fucking shit over here, right? Versus if it was something that is happening in the background and you don't know it, but it's moving the market, you'll never know.
Yeah.
We are just here to be in the know of what's happening in the market and benefiting from those moves. There's literally something moving every day. Something. There's some news that came out to move a stock. But just because you're trading when market opens, that doesn't mean I need to find a stock. I need to find something to trade. Sit on your ass sometimes. Literally, just wait. Just conflict. Just take a second and just breathe. Instead of just jumping in like, oh, I need to get into something. Oh, they already got into something? I need to jump into something. That'll literally be it. Sometimes you literally got to be patient and just wait until the setup comes. Just like we were watching the charts, Tesla was going sideways, and then all of a sudden, boom, we see the move. The market is 80% patience and waiting for it to play out, 10% execution, where you actually press the button, get into the trade, press the button, and sell the trade. That's it. But we're waiting.
They've been saying like the market at all time highs, like in the upcoming years, it's not going to be as much movement like as volatile as it is right now.
Nah, forget that. So it depends on what is happening and how the market reacts. Right now, we got all this AI and billions of dollars being passed around like hot potatoes. We are taking advantage of this movement because there's major news. If a company gets $2 billion, of course I'm putting my money in that shit.
Yeah.
If this sector is moving and producing and adjusting as all this AI is happening, of course I'm putting my money into it. In the past, stocks would move up 30%, or stocks and options would move up 30%. Now we see contracts moving up 25,000% in a day, which is crazy.
That's like some crypto shit.
Right? That, literally. But it's because there's more money inflowing. There's going to be money later on, too.
I'm just saying in the upcoming years, like, niggas really shouldn't expect this to be the vibe. Like, if you plan on trading
I'm telling everyone, learn it and understand the market, because you got the next 3 years of craziness, opportunity. Every week, every month, something crazy is happening. It's literally, I feel like this man been in the office for like 5 years. Man, only been in there for a year and some change.
So in so many words, you saying now is the best time ever to get rich?
Not rich. I want to get wealthy, my boy. Rich is temporary.
Yeah.
Wealth, I build. You don't got to work it. You don't got to be so hands-on, and you continue to grow. How long? While you're making money, right? Can you not be working in order for you to still be making money?
So we got an advantage over people that was trading 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Right? You're able, right now is the best time to be able to trade, because if you can understand this market, the market when it's slower and it's not moving as aggressively, you vibe and you can sit in a trade and be able to relax and not worry about, oh shit, if I wake up at 12 o'clock at night, did Trump already tweet some shit that made my port go down? You don't gotta worry about that. Right now you do.
But you ain't gotta worry about these upsides either though.
Say it again.
I said, but you probably wouldn't have to worry about these upsides either though. Like as far as your contracts going up 1,000%.
As long as the companies are performing, doing partnerships, new products, they're giving reasons for the stock to go up. Right? So even without Trump in there, these companies are doing what they need to be able to move. Partnerships here. Every company is damn near partnership with OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. Damn near every company. And when they do those partnerships, they start moving. Same thing with NVIDIA. All these companies want a partnership with NVIDIA. NVIDIA's game plan is keep all these other businesses alive so that they need them. Now NVIDIA stays forever. Now they have clients for years to come, forever. So they invest into this company and this company and this company. So now that company depends on them. They're only going to buy chips from them. A temporary loss for a long-term win, I'll take that any day. Make sense?
Hell yeah.
Are dots connecting?
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone else, don't just let Squeak be the only one asking his questions. Oh yeah, that man asking all my questions. Perfect. Keep going, brother. Keep going. I know somebody on there over there like, yeah, keep going. Bury me in here, right notes. Ask your questions. Don't assume in the market. If you don't know what to ask, then ask. They'll say, I don't know what I'm looking for. I am confused. I'm just a sponge right now. Just listening, just listening, just listening. Sooner or later, you got to apply what you're listening.
I wanted to ask you, I'm trying to do that boot camp shit too. Like, what you do, like, show charts and then basically, like, see if people make the right call or call at the right time or put at the right, you know what I'm saying?
So boot camp is structured to, since I know we're in a Trump era and I know with the Zooms, everyone's on a different path and knowledge when it comes to learning. So instead, I start from the beginning. You're learning terminology. You're learning the basics. You're understanding how options correlate to the stock. You're understanding your strategy. You're understanding your checklist. You're understanding your journaling to be able to go back. You're understanding the most important part, which is the psychological of trading. Most people trade because of the psychological part. They can't beat the psychological part of giving money back, or they're doing the same thing and expecting different results. I'm just like on this Zoom, I'm shifting your mindset and understanding to go from a consumer to an investor. When you think like an investor, you think, okay, things that a company does can make them make money and they can go up. Versus, oh, they raise prices, the people are going to cancel. That'll be the first thing people say, oh, they're going to cancel. They're not going to cancel, especially if things are on auto pay and they're using it every day, every week. They go up $1, $2, they're not stressing it. But if it's major, then that's another story. So it's just shifting the mindset, understanding how you can trade on your own versus depending on someone else. Anyone can follow trades, but then you got to follow their rules, follow their guidelines when it comes to risk and reward, right? But if you have a different portfolio size, which everyone does, you'll get different results. I could teach 1,000 people the same thing. We get 1,000 different results. 1,000 different entries, 1,000 different exits, no matter what. Some may hesitate. Some may be feeling froggy and leap early, jump in the trade early. Some will be really patient.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in that boot camp.
I got you. Boot camp is starting on 6/22. It'll be 4 days throughout the week from 8:30 to, it's normally supposed to be about 2 hours, but as you can see, I can ramble. We're supposed to be on only for like an hour. We're on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. The Zoom is recorded also, so you guys can go back because I know I be talking. Oh, I be talking. But it's just to make sure that I can fit 7 years of experience to you, right? You can watch a YouTube video, but you can't ask questions and really understand it. Then you're going to assume. But then you can actually ask questions and understand and really get a full feeling on what's going on and how to adjust it for you. Like, I know the ones that are greedy in the group. I know it. I know the ones that will stay in a trade and I'll be like, yo, we're getting out. I know they're going to stay in. So even if I said, all right, we're going to get out, they still in, no matter what, right? So I know the ones that will get in early or get in when I get in or get in later because they want to see price come down a little bit. Everyone's different. That's why I said I'll have 1,000 different entries, 1,000 different exits, but you find what works for you. And also, don't think, oh, I need to have more money. I need to put more money in my portfolio. In reality, it's this, right? If you can turn a small portfolio into a big portfolio, you can survive in the market. But if you can only make money while you have a big port, what if you lose it? How are you going to get back to where you were? Right? So if I can turn $100 into something crazy over and over, I'm chilling. What up, Texas? Versus anything else.
What's
You
up,
say
bro?
something?
Yeah, what's up, my nigga?
What up?
Is boot camp more different from these Zoom calls?
Say it again.
Is boot camp much different from these Zoom calls?
Oh yeah, it's more, I would say more structured where you're really just it's some people say it's like college. UF in the group was like, yo, I felt like I was in college class. Because you're gonna get homework, you're gonna get things to make sure that I understand that you're learning, right? If we jump on Zoom now, all I can see is if you're progressing by posting in the success. It's not a direct like, hey, how's everything going? Hey, I want to see your journey. I want to see you actually progress. I'm not going to expect perfection, not at all from no one. But I want to see progression. I want to see you cutting trades. I want to see you taking profits. So if I see you struggling with taking profits, at least taking something, you're starting to progress versus taking nothing at all. Some people are brand new, trying to understand terminology. It's like sitting in a Spanish class and I'm rambling and all you hear is like the whole time, right? Versus you're understanding the terminology. I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna make sure that the repetition is there, right? The repetitive things that we're doing over and over in the market are there. You got to get, it's a lifestyle. So I'm getting used to being in that lifestyle over and over and over. Makes sense? Any other questions, guys? Everyone good? I would say
on that what section where you had all the list of all the different Claude lessons in the Discord again?
it's right here. I'll show you. It says like guides. Under the learning material, scroll down. It'll say quick trading guides.
And on there, do you have something that goes more like in depth about the retesting and like looking at the chart and finding similar price points and shit like that? Because I feel like this is something I'm trying to really log in on for.
So those I normally recommend being more hands-on versus you just watching a video and then you trying to understand it. That's like I'm going over it now, or I'm going over charts now on the weekends versus you just watching a video. So I could literally just send you a YouTube video, but you'll watch it, but you may not fully grasp it. That makes sense?
Yeah, but like that's why I was asking you. Like you gotta find a similar price, like a similar
In the video section.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got videos that we suggested for fair value gaps or support and resistance, understand it. I recommend everyone, if you're beginning, I watched this same video right here, like 70, 80 times at this point, 75 times, over and over and over. That's just the basics, understanding the basics. Then we got, oh boy, oh man. Then a must-watch video that we went over. Just some of them are videos that I recorded from YouTube, or recorded and posted on YouTube so that you can understand. Again, that same video over and over, mastering options. I did one with EC, that's my mentor. I recommend you all watch this one. He was going over like puts and understanding entries on puts. What else? This guy's here's another one on puts. So different videos that I recommend and videos that we've made also that you can go through. The volume profiles are dope, which I use on normally when I'm trading Tesla. What else? Quite a few videos. How to use RSI, EMAs, learn to use a TTM squeeze. You can take screenshots, save it so that on your trading you can see it in action. Trading the RSI and the MACD, stochastics, using the fib levels. So these are different strategies using the Heikin-Ashis. This is one I definitely recommend. This is the best video out, in my opinion, at that time. So that's basing your trades on trends, catching momentum. The Heikin-Ashis point out where trend is showing. So being able to understand how to read those. How to place a stop loss on Robinhood for those that are having that issue. Here's your video that you need to watch. Again, take a screenshot, and in the picture, you can click on the link and you'll be able to watch it. So the ones, again, that were using a stop loss, you're working, you're trying to set up a stop loss so that you don't lose your money because you get into a meeting or you're going to be busy. Watch this video, just saying. So there's different things that people struggle with. So I just posted in here. Patience and discipline, a lot. I definitely recommend you guys watch that one. Vertical spreads. That's how you can collect money, basically monthly or weekly money from options. You're getting it's a capped gain, but you can get consistent money from that. What a SPAC is, different things in here. Black Girl stocks. What up? What up, Trapper? Any other questions, guys? I do recommend if you're fairly what up? If you're fairly new and you're trying to really understand and kind of speed up the process, of course, every weekend I'm going to have Zooms so that you can ask questions, understand. During the market, I'm always going over lessons, just like we're going over lessons now. While we're trading, I'm literally giving you reasons and lessons and different tips and tricks that you can take with you for your journey while you're trading. But I do recommend right now it's the early bird special for the boot camp. Just ask for the link and I'll send that over. It's $297 for the early bird, and then it'll be higher as time gets closer. But
Niiko, do you what time frames do you usually mostly toggle through? All of them, or you got your key ones?
1 minute warrior, brother.
That's how you roll. Is 1 minute.
I like the 1 minute, but if I need to zoom out and see what's going on, like the bigger picture, I'll go to a 15 and a 4 hour. 15 4 hour. Because I want to see if a stock has been falling off a cliff for a week, a month, or has it been trending up for a week, a month, etc. I'm gonna post the YouTube also for you guys. What I'll do is right after this, once it loads, it does take a little minute to save since it's a while. I'll upload it from now so that you'll always be able to reference this video. I'll make it public. You can bookmark it, save it, so that you'll always be able to just reference and go right back to it. Any questions at all, guys? Is anyone struggling with using the Discord, following along, knowing what sections to go to? I know there's a lot. Over the years, I realized that I needed to make sure that you had as much information as possible versus little information. But this is to make sure that you can get as much information as possible. There's video sections, there's where you can chat, talk, there's the break room. Somebody, yes, it is. Good reference. The break room or the do not take serious chat. There's daily gems. Tips for success. I do recommend go through this section. As I was going through my journey, I wrote down different things that I realized that things that clicked, right? Create a pre-trade checklist before placing a trade. Ask yourself, is the stock trending? Is there enough volume? Is the overall market on my side today? This helps you avoid impulsive decisions. The RSI Golden Cross helps with entry for upside. RSI Death Cross helps with entry for the downside. Never forget, no strategy is 100% accurate. This is from back in 2024. There's things all the way back from 2020, I think, 2021, where it's just tips and tricks. Yeah, 2020, where it's run your trading like a business, not a trip to a casino to gamble. Put in the work to get the results. Don't expect instant gratification in trading. So when you're first starting out, see the progression with your knowledge, not the amount that you're trying to make in the market. I know you want to make money right away, but if you're only looking at the money and you're not enjoying the process, you're not going to get the money, I promise. Or you'll get lucky and then give it back. Get lucky again, give it right back. It won't be consistent. It won't be something that you can actually really long-term continue to do. Just going over the RSI tips if the profit is. Oh, here's one that I definitely recommend you guys really keeping in the back of your pocket. If the profit is screenshot worthy, then sell it and secure your profit. So that means if you can take a screenshot of your gains, that means you surprised yourself already. And that's number one. If you can take a screenshot of your gains and send it in the group chat, a family chat, the girls chat, the guys chat, any chat, that means it's worthy to sell. That means you surprise yourself automatically. So anything past that, that means you're looking for more. That means you're not following your rules. That means you're just looking for infinity and beyond. So if it's screenshot worthy, you can take the money. You do it over and over, it gets to the point where you're like, all right, I see gains over and over and I'm taking them. That's your compounder.
I see you post a lot of 200, 300% gains. Do those be from day trades or from swings?
It'd be from both. There'll be trades that we take the same day and within like a rut. We can get into a rut early in the morning and get who's on here? Rel, we got Ellie, we got quite a few of them. You see Rut, we can catch 100% within the first 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15, an hour. So some of them are 2 minutes, some of them are day trades, some of them are longer terms, and we're catching the trend. For example, the ASTS, we were able to catch. ARM was a swing. DDOG spent 280, made 1400. So it's just different ways that you can make money. Some of them are quick, some of them they're trending, and you catch that trend. You catch the wave of the trend, and just not be the last person to sell.
So are you more likely to sit and watch a 0-day trade run up to 500%, or 3, 4, 5 2-week swing do that though?
It can do that too, but I still like to take my money. There's trades where it could be 3 months out, 2 months out. I still want to take my money, because what if
I be seeing you post a lot of crazy gains though, like, you know what I'm saying, 300, 400, 500%. Like, you gotta hold on to it for it to do that. Like, that shit ain't about to just do that in 5 minutes. You could get.
So I'm catching the trend, right? So if I'm able to catch the trend and ride the trend, if it's trending and I catch that trend, as long as it's trending, I continue to ride the trend. As soon as price is starting to go sideways, or it's starting to kind of change that trend, I need to take my money no matter what's there. I see money, I take it. So it's better to at least catch the trend versus trying to catch the reversal, trying to be a psychic. We're trying to catch it before it breaks the resistance. So I'm just trying to catch the trend. That's it. And a lot of the stocks that we're looking at, they're in those sectors that are moving. The quantums, the cryptos, the tech stocks, the chips, the memory. The memory's been going crazy. I've made bands off of the memory stocks, just off of them trending. I made a video on why they're moving. We need memory in order to keep up with all this AI. The more AI they add, the more memory we need.
So I'm just trying to find a good balance, just a good balance in making decisions, because I hear you, and a lot of times you would say like, man, y'all see profits, take y'all profits. You know what I'm saying? And I watch some shit run up, fall down, but then at the same time, you know what I'm saying, in order to get 2, 3, 4, 500, like, you gotta sit with that shit. So it's just like, where's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get a better understanding on, like,
Everything
especially
moves
in the day
different.
trade.
So everything moves differently. There's some stocks that move slower than others. So I'm not going to make 100, 200, 300% in a day on those. Right. So if I look at the contracts, what you can do is even look at contracts and see on Friday what stocks did on Friday. What had the most movement and percentage gain. You're most likely going to see the tech stocks and the ones that were really moving, the memory, like the stocks that were really moving. Versus if you look at an AT&T, go look at the contracts. You see 10%, 20, 30% for the day. You're like, that's the highest it went? Yeah. And then it went up 10, and then it went up 20, went down. So it's certain stocks that move more than others. So that's why with Tesla, for example, it moves aggressive. Most people put that on their do not trade list because it moves so quick that they don't take their money when it turns around. It goes up, 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 and then turns around. As quickly as it goes up, it can go down. So the quicker stock can go up, as quickly as it can go up, it can go down. So if S&K can run up $150 in one day, it can go down $100 in just as quick. It could be down 50 before the market opens the next day. So if you know you're trading something that's aggressive, that means you need to be quick to catch up with that aggression or that quick moves or those big candles. If you're trading something that doesn't move as quickly, then you can kind of chill, relax a little bit. If you're trading something that's long-term expiration, you can kind of chill and relax and let it play out. Versus if you do a 0 DTE, man, you on your toes. Watching it every second. You go to a bathroom, you come back, something happened. You're like, damn, I was just up 200%. I shouldn't even went to the bathroom. That was an expensive toilet break.
Nah, for real.
Right? People will be like, yo, I'm in the kitchen or I'm in the other room, left their phone, and now, damn, I get back my gains. I've done it before too. But I realized.
So I'm saying, when you is making them 400%, 500%, 1,000% returns in a 0-day trade, what is it that's making you say, I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying, I'm not about to get out right here at 200%?
It's still trending. There's still momentum. Right? While we're watching the charts, I'm looking at the candles and who's in control. So that's why I say over and over, the candles matter. It tells a story. Who's in control? If the stock is going sideways, the buyers and sellers are playing tug of war. when we get a doji candle where we have a big wick at the top and the bottom and a small body candle, that means they're playing tug of war. No one's winning. Sooner or later, someone's going to win. Someone's going to take over the buyers or the sellers. If the sellers start taking over, I need to decide, hey, I'm up 300%. Do I need to take my money? I'm already up crazy. I've already tripled my money. So let's say if I bought 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and I've already sold a few at 100%, 50%. That means I can stay a little longer in the trade, right? Because I'm up. I've already made my green, so I can relax a little. But if I only have one contract, every emotion is coming into play. Should I stay in longer? This person said they're going to stay in, so I'm going to stay in now. You're convincing yourself to stay in because you got one contract, and your goal is to sell at the highest.
Yeah, you trying to pimp it out.
Right. So your goal is to sell at this highest point. So you'll see it go to the highest point and see it go down and be like, damn, I should have sold it. But maybe it'll go higher. And then even when it goes higher, you're like, damn, should I sell it now? It literally has to be a spike for you to say, damn, I should get out. It's not working in my favor. Some of you guys will literally wait for it to really start pulling back. They're like, all right, now it's time to go. Man, sell that shit while it's going up. You're going to miss on profits, I promise. That's cool. There's going to be another one and another one and another one. I've been saying it for years. Another one. The next day, guess what? Another one. That's what the market is. There's too much old white money in the market for them to just let it vanish.
So for somebody that's like new to this, how many contracts would you say is like safe or responsible to have open at the same time?
It's all different because there's IWM contracts for $6, $7 when I can buy 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 of them and chill and relax a little bit. Sell most of them and then see if the other ones go crazy. Versus if I buy an SNDK or an MU, I ain't buying 20, 30, 40, 50 of them contracts.
I mean, as far as different stocks, different companies, because sometimes that's how I fuck myself up. Like I might have contracts in 6 different stocks, and 3 of them shoot the fuck up, 2 of them drop. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit there and watch the chart.
But here's the thing, right? That's why you don't over leverage and put so much. Because how can you manage 6? How can you manage 3? How can you manage 4? You don't know when one.
I ain't gonna lie, but I like sometimes I take like a 5 strike. I take a 5 strike with a low contract, where you know what I'm saying, a low contract price, and just you know what I'm saying, catch the momentum of that shit instead of, you know what I'm saying.
Right, that's fine. You can, as long as you're getting a piece, right? As long as you're making profit, that's the only goal. Versus you losing money or it being flat. I'd rather it be flat, you break even for the day, versus you be red. But I know you want to be green. I'd rather you be even for the day versus you be red.
Nah, for real.
Be green. So I know that you need to be on defense also versus only on offense. I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. Well, shit. There might be a day where you're only in the trades that don't work out. What are you going to do? You're only going to be an offense still, trying to hold on to them, trying to say, yo, they're going to go up. They're going to go up. I'm going to make money on these. Well, you took 12 trades and none of them were green. So what are you going to do? Take more? No. You got to be on defense. You're like, damn, I got to manage myself now. I'm down 12 trades. I spent $100 each, $5 each, $10 each. Those losses add up.
That's facts.
You can compound gains or you can compound losses. One of the two. I'd rather you compound gains or break even.
What's that word, family?
Hey, what up, now? What up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Nice. Be nice.
Hey, what y'all on, man?
What's up?
Another day in paradise, my boy.
I'm over here listening to you going crazy. You dropping platinum.
That boy said you can compound gains or compound losses. Twisted nerves, man.
They don't even know you over here dropping knowledge.
Dog. I just want y'all to understand that my 7 years of experience is going to be complete. My journey is completely different from yours, right? I've lost 40 bands in a day. If y'all can tell me, I'll lose 40 bands in a day and I'll keep going, let me know. But if you really want, I'm teaching you so you don't lose 40 bands or you don't lose a crazy amount. So I'm making sure you learn from my mistakes. So the same things that I repeat over and over and over, I know it's out annoying. I know it do, I promise. But I'm trying to be that little angel on that shoulder that's saying, take your profits, you're up 300%. And then you got a big smile on your face because now you can withdraw it. Now you can invest it long term. Now you can show the skill to your family member, your friend, your cousin. Now you got bread for that trip. Now you got money for that investment. Now you know how the wealthy get wealthier. What they do is they'll have money in stocks. They don't sell their stocks and let them continue to grow. They take out a loan, whatever it's interest loan on it. You don't pay taxes on a loan. So let's say you got $100,000 in your portfolio in shares. Take $100,000, take a loan on that, and you get a $50,000 loan on that amount. So you get 50 to 70%. I would only go with like 50, honestly. I would go with the 70. So now you can open a cash flow business. You got 50K that you're not paying taxes on. That you're not not paying taxes on that loan. So now you let your cash flowing business grow and your stocks continue to grow. That's how the wealthy get wealthier and continue to do it. They don't tell us that. Instead of us working for every dollar, we let our dollars work for more dollars, right? That's less work that we have to put in, less time that we have to put in, more time and freedom that we get. That's the long game, being able to make money without having to do much, right? The more incomes that you have that you're making money without having to do much, the more your wealth grows. I would rather be wealthy than rich. Rich is short term. You're rich for a little bit, a week, a month. You won the lottery, you don't know how to manage it, you're rich for temporary. But wealthy, you know how to let that continue to grow. Only a small percent of the ones that win the lottery keep the money because they know how to manage it. They're used to letting their money continue to grow versus I'm buying an expense. I'm buying something else that's going to depreciate. I'm going to buy this, right? Versus let me buy some property. Let me buy into some stocks that will continue to grow and not sell until 20, 30 years because I have confidence in this business, this company, right? Versus let me take on this trip. Yeah, memories, we take our trips for memories, to understand, to love life. But also think about the longevity. What if you have a vehicle, something making you money to pay for the trip? Now you take the trip and you're still making money while you're on the trip, right? So you find ways to expand your wealth. But I had to look up all of this, right? Learning from other traders. I still to this day reach out to other traders. Yo, how's trading, right? For me, I'm pro trading, the trading community, just to help people out. Some of y'all might be on this Zoom, not even in the group, that already had a one-on with me, just so that I can help with understanding what you may be struggling with. Why? It makes it easier for me to actually understand what you may be struggling with. I can find a solution, right? That makes it easier for me if I go through that. It's like that for me to fix it for myself. The more people I'm understanding how they trade, the greed, the ones that don't take profits, the ones that are struggling with entries. Some people buy at the ask. They're overpaying. You're overpaying for the same contract as me. So now when I'm in the trade, I can make money and you're making money, but not as much because you paid more than me. But now when it gets on a bigger scale, when we're buying 20, 30, 40, 50 contracts, you're overpaying by bands and I'm making money before I'm losing money. You're just getting out of the number. So it's a lot of experience and really putting in the work. So I reach out to other traders to see what they learn, right? Not everything is online. You got to learn from experience. I try and teach you guys what I learned from experience, not that YouTube regurgitated, repetitive, same thing that every single person say on every single YouTube video over and over. Buy calls, buy puts, buy low, sell high, trade on Robin. Like it's to a point where you got to really start to really experience it to get that knowledge. Trade with traders that have been trading for a while so that you can get that knowledge and that understanding of what the market really is. It really goes in depth on being able to make money with the stock not even moving. The implied volatility and knowing when contracts are actually overpriced or underpriced. When you're buying contracts that are underpriced, I'm going to give you a crazy gem. When you're buying contracts that are underpriced, you'll know when it's underpriced because you know when they're expensive, which is when an event is about to happen, right? So you'll know when contracts are underpriced and when volatility starts to come into play. So now when an event occurs, you take advantage of that pricing of that increase. Boom. Now you just made money off of the stock not even going up. Crazy. Right? So it really get deep when it comes to trading. There's so many different ways to be able to make money. Some people will only trade one stock and that's it. If you focus on one stock, you understand how it moves. Then you don't got to worry about, oh, what's this, what's that? What are the contracts like? You know when they're expensive, when they're cost effective, when they're low. It's just being repetitive. It's knowing, hey, how bad do you want it? I want this shit bad. I've been out of a date, like in a sense, a day job for a year and 8 months. That's how old my little one is. When I say I put in the work to make sure that does work, oh, I'm putting in the work to make sure this works. And the people around me, I'm making sure they do. I'm making sure that they understand and learn also when it's trading. God forbid, you're knocking some wood, something happen, they know what to do. They know how to manage. They know how to be able to operate. That's the goal, to make sure everyone around us are good and we happy. And enjoy trips, get lit. But in order for all of that to work, we got to put in the work. That makes sense, y'all? Y'all feel me?
It make a lot of sense. That should make dollars.
Right?
Yeah.
How much time you really put into this, you will get out of it. I promise. Right? If you half-ass it, just like at work, just like that hobby that you want to try or whatever it is, if you half-ass it, that is exactly the results you're going to get. But if you really put in the time, the work, and the effort, and really try to expand the knowledge and apply it, you get results. You really can survive in the market. Like the things that we say, like me, Pert, even Dred the other day, yesterday was on Zoom. I was glad he was giving gems because it's you guys hearing the same thing I'm saying, but from someone else. He's been trading for 12 years. 12 years. That's a lot of time. We both paid our tuition in the market. Oh boy, have we paid our tuition. I tell everyone you're gonna pay a tuition on the market. I'm just here to try and make it a little less. Right? We're gonna blow ports. We're gonna learn how greedy we are. We're gonna learn like, damn, I should have just took my money. We're gonna learn how we're convincing ourselves to stay in a trade. We're gonna beat ourselves a little bit. Some of y'all beat yourself up a lot, but it's just, the less that you're beating yourself up, the longer you can go at, the quicker you can start working on yourself or whatever you need to work on. Same thing in life. The longer you harp on something happening, it's not the situation that makes you or tells you who you are. It's how you handle that situation, no matter what. So when in life, family, friends, relationship, it's not what the situation is. We all gonna go through some shit. But how you handle it. I know there's somebody on the Zoom going through the toughest times. Right? For me, the perspective is the cup is always half full. Not half empty, not partially. It's always half full. Why? It can be filled more, right? We going through something, but we still alive. We can still make something happen. We got people around us. We got people that love us, right? So it's how bad do you want it? Are you gonna make change or wait for change? I'd rather make change versus wait. We'll be waiting for a while. Thank you for joining my TED Talk.
Fire ass TED Talk, man.
Still alive.
Fire ass TED Talk. I ain't gonna lie.
Let the doors of the church be open.
You hear me?
Okay, well, we supposed to be saying amen right now.
It's the passion in wanting to see others win. For me, what I call is a blessing and a curse when, like for me and my mom, we're giving people. We're giving. If I seen a homeless man and if I got $1 left and I'm like, damn, I'm about to go grab a water. I'm like, I don't need it that bad. He needed more. So I give my last versus if I can show y'all the game, some shit that I really put in the time to learn and pass it on to, like, I've seen people not have to depend on me at all. They can go on and do their own thing. I've seen businesses open from the knowledge. I've seen cars bought from the knowledge, houses moving from state to state from the knowledge, to a new crib, changing careers completely. I had a hairstylist, now completely just trading and strictly that's it. It's how much time that they put in, right? Everyone's journey is going to be completely different, but they wanted it bad enough to make sure that they needed to make change. So every day you got to remind yourself, why are you doing this? Why you want to learn? Is it because you want instant gratification in the market? You want instant money? Or is it you want to be able to change? With trading, it changes you. Like you really adjust. You really learn about yourself. Like you really learn about yourself. If somebody pissed me off, I end up crazy. I end up making more money in the market. Her people told me, she's like, Niiko, emotions do affect trading. I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, what about you? I said, all right, I understand. Because when I get pissed, I go stupid in the market. I don't know why. I don't know why, but in the back of my head, I'm like, look what I can do. Look what you're missing out on, in a sense. Like, look what I'm about to show, right? It's not me, like, in a sense, showing off. It's like me proving a point to myself. Like, man, fuck that. Let me focus on what I need to focus on. That's all I need to focus on. Let me clear my mind and focus on what keeps me copacetic. I be chilling when I'm trading, smoking blunts back to back, trading. But if you add stress, if you add stress into trading, it will affect your trading. If you depend on that money, it will affect your trading. For me, I know I got to put money to the side, put it to the side, put it to the side, long term, for a rainy day, right? Versus if I'm living off trade to trade, boy, I would be sick. I'd be sick as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But it took me. I started learning 7 years, and it took me still being consistent in the market 4 years to me finally saying, all right, I'm good. I can trade day to day. I can go on live on Zoom and be confident whatever I'm jumping into, and still people can make money right along with me. But still, my goal is for you to learn so that you can trade on your own, have your own rules, have your own checklists, have your own insight. I'd rather hear, oh, I'm looking at this. What you think? Versus, Nico, what you looking at? Nico, what you looking at? What we buying?
Swear to God.
I'd rather see different ideas. I can't look at 3,500 plus stocks, and neither can you. But Kurt may be looking at IWM. Maybe I'm looking at the chips and the memory. Now we both go together, and I'm looking at IWM. She sees what I'm seeing. Okay, we both come together, hitting IWM over the head. Or maybe Ben 10 sees Netflix, Dreadmon sees Netflix. They both hit Netflix over the head. They both know how to trade it. I'm not used to trading Netflix. So if I'm going to get into Netflix, I'm like, yo, Dread, Ben 10, where y'all at? Is it looking good? If Eli Lilly's moving. I'm looking at Ben 10, yo, Twin, where you at? Same thing. Perp, I'm about to get rut. Oh, you in IWM? All right, Twin, we in there. Right? So everyone's strategy is different. But I love when we come to the same motherfucking conclusion. The money. That's it. Really. Right? We make jokes, we joke around, but it's me also making sure that you learn and understand as much as possible. So maybe it's a rough day. I'm just making the jokes to kind of lighten the mood. But sometimes we're like, damn, I can't lighten the mood all day long. So I'll be like, let me just go on mute, vibe out, chill, and just kick it. But it's everyone has their different journey. Just love the journey. Don't try and speed run through the journey. Love the journey, because that's what's really gonna take you places. Enjoy the percentages, not the dollar amounts. Her literally put the percentages and the focus right in front of her, and now you see crazy motherfucking numbers, and I love it. Right? Versus, let me look at the dollar amount. The percentages is what I'm trying to see. Because if you can turn a small amount into something crazy, that's what I'm trying to see. Versus, oh, you spent 10 bands and you made $200. Get out of here. You wouldn't do nothing for real. When I see some crazy numbers, that's when I'm like, okay, you put in that work, put in the time, you put in the patience. But any questions at all, guys? After that, I'm set on.
I just wanted to know when is your next boot camp?
On 6/22, so this coming month on the 22nd. Right now is the early bird special, and I'm gonna put this as it gets closer to it. It's $297 for the early bird, and then I'll see what probably just raise it 100 or 200 for as it gets closer. But it's for just more me just wanting you to be independent. I give a lot of game on this as independent as possible in this, because that's the long-term game. It's shifting the mindset about crazy trades that you see me doing 300, 400, 500, 1,000%. I'm trying to put the same mindset and still we can get to the same conclusion. I love it. Even if it's a different path.
How long is it, Nico?
The Zoom or the boot camp?
The boot camp.
4 weeks, about 3 to 4 days a week. I'm gonna see if I do Tuesday through Thursday, so you guys can get the weekends, of course. And it'll be about 2 to 3 hours each day, and they're all recorded so that you can just get the YouTube playlist to kind of go back to it. But what's crazy is I always end up recording all these videos, and boy, no one goes through all the videos. I'd be sick. So I do recommend at least go back to the videos, just like you watching a movie, or you listen to this almost 3 hour Zoom, and you go back and say, "Damn, I didn't hear Niiko say that. Oh shit, that's a new gem. Like I said that last week. Oh, you heard me."
And it's gonna be on YouTube or in the Discord.
The Zooms or the recordings?
Yeah, the recordings of this.
A YouTube private playlist. So you'll be able to bookmark it and save it forever. I'm never gonna touch it, never gonna change it. It'll be there forever. Unless YouTube do something crazy, I'll be sick. I might start making short videos. Boy, that'd be time consuming. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more focused on the ones that are trading with me and making sure that their portfolios are good versus trying to. As you can tell, I don't even be doing the ads, this and that. I rather focus on y'all making cheese, cheddar, provolone. There'll be some students they'll call me after the trading day and be like, "Yo, let me chop it up with you real quick and let's go over how I did today." I love that. I'd rather do that so that we can fix whatever you're having an issue with. Now I can see you in the success section, right? And now it becomes easier for me to show someone else to get out of that trouble that you may be going through. Maybe you're over trading, spending too much on your trades. Maybe you're buying contracts that are far out of the money and thinking, "Oh, I can buy this $10 contract and I'll make 100." In reality, that 10 goes to $1 every time because the strike is too far. But maybe you don't understand what it is, right? Some people may not have questions because they don't know what they're having trouble with, really. They're like, "Yo, I'm trading, I'm following, I'm jumping into trades, I'm studying, I'm watching videos, but what is it? I don't know what it is." But as you go on, as we have these Zooms, as you can see, most likely things start to click. Like, "Oh shit, I see that's why that's happening. Oh shit, okay, I see why that's happening." Right? Maybe you're buying contracts at the ass and you're buying them early or expensive. Maybe you're trying to be a psychic and you're buying it at the resistance to whoever is doing this, buying at the resistance, thinking, "Oh shit, it's gonna break the resistance." The third time's a charm. You get in and you're like, "Oh, I seen 20%." And then it turns around, you're like, "Damn, that shit turned around all the way." Well, you bought it at the resistance, fam. It was there. It didn't break. The buyers weren't in control yet. So just figuring out exactly what works for you as an individual. We're human, so it's easy for the mind to convince us, "Oh, let me stay in this trade," or this and that, or "I should have stayed in longer. I could have done better." If you were green, you did great. 20%, guess what? 20% is a great trade. 30% is an amazing. Anything above that, superb, right? But 20% is amazing. Some of y'all will be like, "I got 100%, I'm not selling yet." Why? Are you green for the week? Nah, but I'm gonna just hold. So what are you looking for? For the make up for all the losses? That it don't work like that. It's what if that 100% was all that the trade went? So now you're looking for something that's not gonna happen. But for my levels, but it has to go here. Or price has to jump here. No, it could turn around. Some news just came out. Boom. It just turned around. But there was a risk or resistance right there. It got to that area 2 weeks ago. You only looked from yesterday. Simple things like that. We gotta see what it is that works for us. But y'all, if there's no questions, I'm about to go relax. Any questions?
Hey, how I do the referral shit? I got a couple people trying to get in the Discord.
Yeah, yours been going hand for me, boy. I ain't even sent no links or nothing because I'm waiting for you. Let me know when you have time so that we can jump on a call and I'll walk you through. It's on the WAP. So you're going to create a WAP. So if you don't have a WAP account now, go on the WAP and create just an account. So some people are on Patreon, some people are already on WAP. If you do have a WAP, just send me your email and I can send you the referral link. You save and bookmark that referral link so that you have it forever. If you do have me on IG, I recommend sending it to me and I'll pin it in our conversation. So anytime, oh, grandma calling me, hold on.
I'm gonna take you and we'll follow through with everything because I ain't gonna lie, I've been telling everybody I fuck with, hey man, look, bro, you hear me? Y'all niggas out there risking y'all life over nothing, bro. Day trade, bro. You hear me?
Hold on
I
one
swear to
second.
God.
Hold on one second.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be that person too. So I had to realize some of them people be risking their life because they don't got the discipline to do nothing else. So day trading ain't gonna do nothing else but probably force them back into that shit. You gotta be careful. I used to be that person too. Tell everybody day trade, that shit is not for everybody.
Now it's not gonna save everybody, but at least you can say like, man, nigga gave you away. You hear me? Nigga tried. You hear me?
I tried. I swear to God, I tried. Fuck it.
I tried.
Cause I post my little gains and shit. And they be like, damn, bro, like, what's up?
Big games, brother. Big games, big games, big games.
And you know what I'm saying? What I'm going for, that's, you know what I'm saying? My target, that's more than my target. What I'm going for. You hear me? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? They be dying, bro. With you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they see shit like, man, what's going on? I don't be gatekeeping, man. Look, this is my mind. He really showed me the way. He walked through me that shit. Same day, you hear me? I start, man, look, right here.
Yep.
Are you from Baltimore?
Nah, I'm from Maryland. I'm from Oakland.
Maryland. That boy from straight Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could tell she was from this area.
Get money.
I ain't gonna lie. Squeak is the most motivated person that I've seen in a while. The only reason I say that, his situation right now, I'm not even gonna say it, but his situation right now, he is motivated as shit. And I'm glad to see it too.
They do not stop. People do.
Yeah. Make change. That's it.
Hey, when I do the referral shit, I get some type of stock or something, right?
Not stock. I wish. What?
You was telling me it was something like it's some shit to give you though.
Oh no, so each month you'll get paid. So as long as you're in the group, you get paid every single month. So I do profit sharing. The group was free for years and I wasn't focused on just making bread off of people. So if you want to, man, make your cheese. We got a few people that make like a
I
dollar.
ain't tripping on it, but it's just like, man, shit, if it's there, you hear me, I take it.
Yeah, some people leave it there and just let it add up and that'll be money for the portfolio.
Nah, for real.
Or an emergency. Yeah.
The nigga that referred, what's bro name again? His name Nick
Space. That's my boy Nick.
Yeah, do he
That's
be
the
he
Space
don't be
Boys.
he don't be in these jokes?
Yeah, you do.
I was just hard him.
He also 3 hours behind, so he might be he be busy. He still run his business.
Yeah.
But during the week, he here.
Matter of fact, cause I just was hollering, I just went through with him. He did some grant writing shit for me. And he told me he heard me in one of the groups that I don't never be hearing him for real.
Yeah, he want to see you talk. That's why.
And I was telling him like, bro, I appreciate you, Slim, or everything. Like, we was talking about some whole other shit. He just like, man, look, man, what's up with this? I introduced you to my man. I'm glad that nigga did that. You hear me?
What's crazy is Nick's journey with the trading is like yours. So started out small and then has been building. I think he put in like $50 and brought it to like 3 bands or some shit like that. But then, and I tell everyone paper trade. He's like, no, I'm gonna just trade small, bro.
I'm trying to get straight.
I said, focus on the percentage. You're gonna do that at least. He's like, all right, bet. This man would take $3 trades. It'll go to 4 or 5. He's like, I'm out. And then posting the success. I'm like, good shit. That's how you're supposed to do it. So now you're gonna get comfortable when you're taking your bigger trades and you're understanding why you got into those smaller trades. Shit, the smaller ones are more riskier than the bigger ones.
And the crazy part is, people probably looking at his shit in the stock success, looking over it because it ain't no crazy percentages. Meanwhile,
I'm loving it.
He compounded his shit to the moon, literally.
No, dead ass. His port. Well, he got a small port, You got a big port, and the big port is cruising. All the ports cruising.
I'm realizing though, like that's the route though. It's like you want to get to, you know what I'm saying, a nice sum, and then you start doing 5% a day. But it's like, nigga, 5% of 100,000, that's 5 bands, you hear me?
Exactly.
Like, you start doing that shit.
That's why that percentage is going to be the most important. Don't think about the dollar amount. Oh, I made this amount today. What did you do? What percent did you make? Right? I want to see what percent you did. That 20% is still amazing.
And you ain't never had no like institution try like get you to trade for them, like when they give you them leverage accounts and use their bread and shit.
So I got one guy that wanted to. It was a prop firm or something like that. They're like, "Yo, I see you trading. You're doing well. Do you want to advertise?" I said, "Nope. Before I even start you, I'll see if somebody else want to do that foo shit, but not me. I don't want to make money off the people. I'd rather just show the people."
He said, "Man, Niiko, we got 5 million for you, man. We want 3% back."
I don't give a fuck. Y'all could somebody out there and be like, "What? That's crazy."
Yeah, you tripping, bro.
No, you tripping hard as hell. I'm not gonna hold
Hey,
you.
let me get that.
That's fine.
Hey, let me see that.
But also, look, the people that are getting fucked over are also the people that I'm saying, "Hey, join this, do this, do this."
Yeah,
Nah, they not telling you to get other people to join it. He's saying if they be like, hey, like, as it like, say if a company be like, hey, we got 5 million in the portfolio, we don't really know how to manage it. We see how you doing. Will you manage the portfolio for them, like, or trade the portfolio for them? Not like to get other people to do it.
Oh,
but
I thought you meant to join group or join the.
Nah, hell nah. He mean like I think that's what he
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, because I
Okay,
heard
yeah.
they be doing that. Like they, you know what I'm saying? They give you a leverage account. Like, man, look, this we giving you this. We want this percentage back, and whatever you do, that's you. You hear me?
Almost kind of like a hedge.
If
I guess not
public,
a hedge fund, but
if
like kind
public
of.
says, "Niiko, I'll give you a portfolio with this amount, and you can just trade on that and continue." That'll just be. I'll do that. Hey, public, you're gonna trade on this. We'll give you this amount. You don't gotta promote this and that. You just get a leveraged amount that you can trade on, and we both make money off that. Hell yeah.
Because they got this app called Autopilot, and it just got different portfolios and shit in it. But the highest portfolio.
So autopilot is so that you can copy trade to other portfolios or see other like portfolios and how they're moving.
Yeah, but they best one was 160%, bruh. That shit ain't your shit, bro. Like, you hear me? It's really been, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a bad day.
I don't need all
160%.
eyes on me.
I think on autopilot when they have them percentages, I think that means they success rate, right?
Nah, I think it is. No, I don't think the success rate. I think it's the percentage of the portfolio. So it depends because I know there's a platform that'll show the. I want to say it's autopilot that showed the percent how the portfolio did over time. So since they made, for example, started, somebody doing 100% on a portfolio is still amazing.
I'm just saying, though, bro. There's some light shit on your like, bro. The shit, the
I know
calls you
we
be
be
making,
doing
bro.
16,000%.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Percentage is bananas.
Yeah.
Yes, I show everybody.
I started my portfolio this year with $200 fucking dollars.
I don't need all these eyes on me. I don't need all these eyes on me. I rather make the money. I don't need the fame. I rather just make my money, be
You think the
chill, baby
Illuminati gonna
girl.
come get you?
Offer me some stupid shit for my soul. I rather just I rather just chill with the family, bro. I don't want to be, oh shit, look, it's Niiko. Now I gotta rush the family into the fucking truck because they taking pictures of baby girl with her bad hair day. Like hell no. Nah. I want everybody to have their peace, and I want to have my own peace. I go somewhere, I'm cooling. Every once in a while, I'll be like, "Oh shit, Niiko!" I'm like, "Yep," because I done maybe show them a phone, fix their phone, or show them trading. But I'm not trying to make it the whole world like, "Oh, it's Niiko." Oh shit.
I like being able to go to the grocery store looking like a bum.
But like a bum.
In
my sweats.
be rich than famous.
In my sweats. I need a haircut. Shit, I'm gonna go see my barber tomorrow. Now I gotta go see my barber tonight because
you can have barber.
Huh?
You can have barber, your own personal barber.
I mean, I got my own personal barber. He would pull up too. He trades, which is a good thing, so we can chop it off.
That's bro that be always like, I gotta go to work and shit.
Well, if I'm in Palm Beach, then I'm going to Dread. If he up north though.
Dread shit fire. Anybody in Palm Beach go to Dread shop? He have a movie theater in his shop.
His is an entertainment. His is like an entertainment.
It's called Real Clips, and it took me a minute to actually make the connection. Real Clips movie. I was like, whoa, this nigga snap.
And he be snapping on the reels too. I'm like, this man
snap.
There's this event
That
that I
shit
go
fire.
to
If
every
I was a
year.
dude, I'd get my haircut.
If you go short, there's this event that I go to every year for the past. Now it's been 11 years. My uncle has a catering company in Palm Beach, so every year the family will kind of get together. I don't even want bread. I just want to work around and we can all be family, make jokes and everything. And I get to be the chef of the VIP section, so I get to meet all the high class, high profile people that I think they over everybody and shit. And so the first time I met Dred, he was cutting there. And so there was a line. I was like, I'll just wait for this man. So and there's like three barbers out there. So I'm waiting for this man, and he finally gets an opportunity to cut me. Man, me and this man were chopping it up for a bit longer than the cut even took. Like there was a line and all. We're just talking about stocks, and then I'm like, yo, I run this trading group. If you're trying to join, I'll add you in. He's like, oh shit, I kind of run a trading group too, so we can kind of like bounce ideas while we're trading. I said, say less, man. And then it's been, boy, has it been a journey. Boy, my boy has been killing it. Love it. Have that partner that trading partner while you're going through your journey, just like Drea has Perp. I love that partnership. You can kind of have an accountability partner. Like, yo, I know you got to make bread right now, so make sure you're taking profits. All right, bet, Nico. Same vice versa. Yo, Nico, you know you need to be making cheese. I said, all right, bet. Or, yo, what you looking at? I'm looking at this sector. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get some cheese from that, and vice versa, so that two heads are better than one, no matter what. Especially in this market, a group is better than one. Anything y'all want to say? Go over. Yeah, good. Futures are green across the board so far. It's 6. We made it to 6. God damn, when did we start this? 3 hours. Yeah, how passionate I am about making sure y'all learn and understand. Boy.
I swear, nigga will appreciate you, Snow.
All love. It's just I want to see as many, trust me, as many success stories as possible. Her party is definitely a success story. Benton, Kazia, you don't even see her in the chat. She took her talents to another market, but I love it. Killing it in the markets. Drea, I see you. D-Knife could be just chilling on his own.
You gotta make that bot though, bro.
I'm back, baby.
I gotta make the what?
That bot.
He ain't on his own. I be
Be
having.
here and there.
I'm his coach too. At this point, I
I
be on
know.
his
My
ass.
mama, that's Coach Perk.
I know.
My mama.
That's Auntie Kurt,
I be
boy.
on his fucking ass.
Hey,
He
My
older than me, but
mama.
that's my little brother. I don't give a fuck.
Is Ellie part of the staff?
Ellie's not part of the staff.
On the way.
They're
On the way for
millionaire
stuff.
on the way. Man,
Okay.
I'd be proud of y'all. Boy, man.
I still remember when Ellie first joined the group. I ain't gonna lie,
Me
Ellie
too.
ain't slowed down yet.
Me,
Like
man.
she been active. She been asking like she's like Ellie. I remember when Ellie first joined, and that's not normal because a lot of people when they first join, they don't talk, they don't say nothing. But I would
Nothing.
never forget when Ellie joined TOA.
That ass.
I be looking for her when I don't be seeing her. I'm like, dang, I wonder
Like,
she must be
dang, the
busy at
group
work or
ain't
something.
active.
No, for real. I'm like, she must be busy at work or something.
Yeah, they must be keeping her busy at work right now.
I came in with so many questions. What's this?
I loved it though. Look where
Nah,
you
for
are now,
real.
though, Drea. Look at the difference. That's the thing. Some people come in with no questions. They don't know where. At least just throw questions out, and we can help guide you. At least to figure out what you know, so we can figure out what you need to know.
Nah, when they hosted that, when they had that, her and Ellie had that study session
Oh, I
on their
remember.
own, unprompted. I knew they was for real. Like, I knew they was for real.
See, the only reason I've been slacking these past couple weeks, I got schoolwork, but I done caught up.
No, I know you busy. Trust me, I know you.
I caught up on a lot of schoolwork, so I could really like July. Oh my god, I ain't doing nothing but trading. I ain't even doing.
I remember during boot camp when you was like, Nico, I got school also, so try to trust me. I know when you focus.
Go take a bath. Sorry, y'all. Talking to my niece.
I see you in the success section. Pop, pop.
My kids only want to bathe. Go take a bath. So hold on.
But anyone need any help with anything at all? Nah, I'm about to go relax. Future seeing green. Got plenty buying power ready to slap the market over the head starting the week. I'm gonna probably see it first. We get a run up and then a pullback, but I'm gonna still go light so I can catch something versus nothing at all. Yeah, I'm going light just in case it doesn't play out. And then if it does pull back, then I'm hitting them over the head. I think we at some point on Monday get a pullback, but let's see. Let's see if it's early in the morning. But we should definitely get a nice rotation into the chips. At 8 p.m., you'll be able to see the market itself on Robinhood, how NVIDIA, SPY, IWM, and all of those are moving. But y'all, I'm about to call it a day. I'm horrible with buys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
Yup. See y'all tomorrow.
Blessings.
All right, then, bro.
Morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Always.
All righty. Thank you.
No problem, y'all. One day here. Anthony, y'all good? Y'all had any questions? It's only y'all, Andrea. Andrea busy.
What'd you say?
Yeah, no, I was asking if Anthony and Renee had questions.
Oh no, I need to study tonight.
You got questions, man?
No, I just gotta do some study tonight, see what angle I'm coming in at tomorrow. I mean, I know I'm very IWM, but I should have did some earnings last week, but yeah, this week I'm getting together.
Futures just turned red a little bit.
My bad. My mic was stuck.
Oh no, you good? What's going on?
I just appreciate the class. I was just trying to I'm on my the iPad joint, and I can't find how to get the hell out of here. I don't know what happened to my screen. It's stuck.
So what does it show on your screen right now?
Like I can see it says you are sharing screen.
Okay, so now what you're gonna do is click on the screen, and you're gonna see a menu pop up at the bottom.
All right, let's see.
And then you'll see where it says end or leave.
Okay, just a second.
No,
yeah, good. I see it. Appreciate you.
No problem. So just in case you need to jump on and off on the Zooms during the week, you'll be able to get on and off.
All right, cool. All right, peace.
You have any questions?
All righty. Oh no, I'm good. It's pretty informational.
Perfect. Enjoy your day, brother.
All right, you too. Peace.
Bless. Monet, Drea, y'all good? I'm in Zoom. It'll kick you off also, Anthony.
All right, cool, because this thing is stuck for real.
All right, yeah, blessings. Or if you close out the app, it'll close it too.